Hey, how you doing this morning? Welcome everybody. Uh, is everybody getting over their hangover from Friday night? Everybody okay? How you guys doing? It's Bruce here, Uncle Bruce with Stock Markets with Bruce, wearing my fancy dancy new sweatshirt here. Hope you like it. How you guys
Everybody
doing?
okay? How you guys doing?
I'm doing fine. Here in Crestonville. We're going to have nice weather this week. We're into the 60s and 70s. Yay! And I'm quite happy about that. I'm happy to report that we are all alive and well and surviving what we have to survive. So we're all pleased about, surviving. It's so nice to be nice to the nice. Welcome all to the show. It's not going to be, it may not be a crazy busy day today because I believe this that today, and I guess I have to say Asia has already opened and closed. But today was a holiday in China, Japan. There was kind of a holiday over there, so it's kind of a quiet day there. And then in Europe, I think today is a bank holiday in Europe or something along those lines. I can't put my handle on it. Anybody knows? You let me know what you know. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to adjust my big ass iPad over here. It's putting up some squawk. It's not. It's not it. It's my music stand that it sits on. I'm just making sure everything's fine, so I can just kind of touch the screen on my big ass iPad. Welcome. I don't know how busy it's going to be today, but I'll tell you right now, the market is starting off nicely on the pre-market. The Dow is up 219 points to start the morning. Not bad with that. S&P up 23 and NASDAQ up 44. So we have a good start to the day. There's been more follow through on the earnings from last week, positively viewed. Phenomenal numbers. The numbers are being analyzed every day, every hour by a good ton of people, a good ton of them, and they're coming around going, "Yeah, this is pretty darn good. This is exceptional numbers, and the second quarter coming up should be just as good." That's what's really exciting a lot of people in the markets. A lot of analysts are going, "Wow, the FANG stocks have had an unbelievable week last week with their earnings." We saw Facebook shares take a shot. We saw Amazon shares take a shot. We saw Google shares take a shot. But we did not see Microsoft. We did not see Apple. Those two did not take the big leap. We saw a week ago or 2 weeks ago Netflix come up with good numbers, but their shares are down 10% because their subscriber growth is topped out. So there were winners, losers, or let's say winners and not so big winners from a stock angle. But then the analysts remind all of us, well, guys, keep an eye on your market the last 6 months, 9 months. Look at the growth of the stock market the last 6, 9 months. It's been phenomenal. And it's only reasonable to expect a stock like Apple, for example, to kind of chillax a little bit here and not necessarily just go straight to the moon, because that's not how it works. Stock markets don't work like that. Those of you who are, into this market for less than a year, and I know there are a lot of you that watch me that have only just started to play the market or have, let's say, begun to pay attention to the stock market thoroughly and intently since this year, since this January or late fall last year, because you were stuck at home. You were, you were given all this extra time, liked it or not. You were given all this extra time to kind of, figure out something to do at the house, and you hopefully you cleaned up and straightened up. But one day you probably noticed you probably noticed in the last 6 months, little things like you're looking at your 401k for the first time in ever, and you're taking a look at your investment returns with your with various investments you have. You've noticed, you've always known that you've had an employment savings plan or an employment stock plan, or you've had a 401k at work where your employer matches to a point. You're figuring all this out. Some of you folks have figured out, wow, dang, I got a pretty good deal going here. My employer's kind of generous. The first X amount that I put in, they match, and this is fantastic. I had always known, but I'd never considered really And others have thought, gee, I should bump my amount into my 401k because they're matching up to 4% or 6% or whatever the number is. I should max it because it's free money. Um, and then a number of you have figured out in the last few months and in the last year, this happened a year ago or so, that you realized, I got this money inside of this mutual fund or this investment company fund or whatever, or I have a financial advisor, quote unquote, through this firm, this firm, this firm, and I'm looking at the returns on my money, and I'm looking at the market, how it's just doing, like the entire index, and I'm underperforming the stock market. I'm not even performing as well as the market. And this is crap, and yeah, it is crap. If you're getting charged a fee to have your money managed and the returns on your investment over time underperform the general stock market, you're better off just pulling your money out of a place like that, opening your own account where you have full control over what you're doing, and just buy an ETF that mirrors or buy an index stock fund that just mirrors the index performance and be done with it. I mean, you want to match the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or the Dow or all three, divvy up your money and just buy these index funds, and that's it. Just, all right, I'm happy. I'm happy, you'll say. If the Dow goes up 20% this year, I'm up 20% this year. I'm happy with that. I don't have to beat it, but I don't want to underperform it. And so a lot of you out there, especially those of you who are talking to me on a one-on-one private basis, you folks out there, and you know who you are, and there are many more like you. You hang out with me for an hour, and I ask you the skill testing questions about, well, what's your situation? Where you at? And we review kind of where you've been lately and where you are now and what's going to happen. And over an hour, we figure out together kind of where you could really improve yourselves and make a huge difference going forward. We kind of I try to give you the big 5-10 year picture from now and go, well, why don't we fast forward 10 years from today and figure out where you should be a decade from now versus where you've been versus where you might be if you don't do anything, if you keep doing what you're doing. And it's shocking. People are going, oh my God, geez, this is oh, I'm glad I talked to you for an hour. This is so worth it. Well, in the past, I get it. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you tell me how busy your life was a year and a half ago. Every day, every week, you know that Monday to Friday you were up to here in work. Then you had overtime and extra time they wanted you to put in. Some of you had to put in weekend work. Then there were those of you who are those of you who are single, those of you who are married without kids, either you haven't had them yet or you had them and they're gone, or those of you who are in the middle of raising the fam. You tell me how much time you had a year and a half ago to really sit down with your significant other, for example, to analyze your lives and figure out where you're really at. And you didn't have time. You didn't have an hour. You didn't have a half hour, because Monday to Friday, it was all spoken for. And at the end of the day, you had to figure what to do for dinner. And after dinner, you had to clean up the house. And after that, you watch an hour of TV just to de-veg, just to unvegetable, just to kind of de-stress. And then it's bedtime, you're exhausted. And then Tuesday, the same thing, and Wednesday and Thursday. And it's just nonstop. And the overtime and maybe weekend work, and then weekend commitments with family, friends, whatever. And then how many of you were hurrying up to get ready to take a holiday? And you needed a week off to unstress from all the hype you were going through the month before your holiday. And then the holiday's over and now you're back to work again. You didn't even unstress. You only got rid of the stress from the 3 weeks prior to the holiday itself. You didn't take care of any of the stress from the year ago since your last holiday. How many of you were in that position? Did you really have time in the last 2 years prior to COVID to really assess yourselves? The answer is no. There's no way you had time, because this world is constantly changing. And you have to constantly adapt to this world that you're in. Like us here in Creston and anywhere else, we're constantly evolving this plant. This plant's evolving, especially in the Western world. Things are happening, man. And so you're beginning to figure out where you're at. So coming back to your investments, in the last year, More Americans and Canadians and Europeans in the G20 have self-analyzed themselves than have in the last decade. And I'm not kidding. It is substantial. It is phenomenal. And people are sitting back going, all right, let's figure out where we're at here because, I don't have to commute an hour a day to the office anymore and an hour a day on the way home anymore. And I don't have to work my 8 or 10 hour day at the office anymore. My life now, my work life is here at the house. And if I am working, and a lot of you are, you're working from home and you're working from home much more efficiently. And you're able to give your employers 8 hours of serious work a day that used to take you 12 hours to deliver. Because remember, you had the lunch hour, you had the coffee breaks, you had the commute time in the morning, the commute time in the evening. You only gave them 8 hours of quality time, 8 hours of work time, if that, in a 12-hour time frame. Now, you're able to give your employer 8 hours of quality work in a 24-hour window like butter. It's as easy as a hot knife through soft butter. It's like no problem. And there are those of you out there who are working too hard from home and not being rewarded for it. You're putting in your 10, 12 hours at the house and you haven't asked for a raise. You haven't decided to, or maybe you're about to decide, but you haven't yet decided to quit your job in cooperation with your boss, like in a negotiated deal where you say, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to hire myself out to you as a consultant. And you just pay me for the hours you need me. And this is my rate. And you're going to figure out how much you got paid now at home, or how much you got paid at work lately with all your benefits. And you figure out what your hourly rate was. And then you're going to add 50% to that. You're going to add 50% to that. And that's your new consulting rate. And or what you're going to also do is you're going to figure out, well, wait a minute. If I were the employer, like if I were the boss, the company that I work for, if I were that company, and I were to be told by my boss, I want you to hire a consulting company to take over, these functions, the functions that you've been doing for the last 5-10 years, you'd be shocked at how expensive it would be to hire an outside firm to replace you. You'd be shocked. And that's the rate you're going to charge any company because they can't get you for less. They can't replace you for less than they're paying you from the outside, and anyone from the outside has no idea of the inner workings of the company that you're working for. After all, you're absolutely the insider of insiders when you know your boss's habits, how your boss likes the reports, how your department wants things done, how your coworkers like things done. You know it. You're there. You're the perfect person to hire as a consultant because you're seamless. You're just ready to roll. But it's time for you to be paid what you're worth. And a lot of you are figuring this out from that angle. But coming back to your investments, just come back to the investments. Come back. You looked at your 401k. You took a look at your Roth IRA, or you figure out you need one. Some of you have decided, you know what, Bruce, I'm taking control of my life. I am now managing my assets. I now handle my investments. I don't leave it to the firm's investment, whatever entity. I don't leave it to the Fidelity people, the Charles Schwab people, the Ameritrade people. I don't leave it with BlackRock. I don't leave it with whoever I'm using, whatever firms you're using, Chase Manhattan and Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan and on and on and on. You name your investment banker if you have one. Name your asset manager if you have one. Name the ETF managers, the hedge fund managers, the mutual fund managers that your money is with. You know the names. Fill in the blank here, and then ask yourself, can I make more money for me than they can make for me? Because you're the most motivated person there is with respect to how you're doing with your money. They're not as motivated as you are because especially some of these firms who are specifically going after your capital to add to the capital that their firm has under administration as a whole. They're just charging you a 1%, 2% a year fee, whatever they're charging you. Every month there's a fee coming out of your account for administrative fees, or however they word it. And it's just based on the value of your account. And you brought them 100,000 or 200,000 or whatever the account was, and they're just taking a slice. And you own a piece of a mutual fund for $5,000 or $3,000 or $2,000. You got fees coming out of your mutual fund, but you don't see it. What you see is your actual return. So the fund sends you a statement in your email and you open it up and you dig into it. How many times do you do that? You really dig into your mutual fund and you go, oh yeah, like for the last year, my mutual fund returned me 6.4%. And the year before that, I returned 6.6%. The year before that was 4.8%. And then you look at the market and you go, well, the Dow in the last year, or the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ index, they're way better than that. These guys aren't even generating me my returns on to equal the market. What do I own inside these funds? And so a number of you have taken upon yourselves to liquidate out of positions to take on your own lives. And some of you out there are pretty sharp because you've underestimated how sharp you really are, because you guys are survivors in this G20 world in which we live, from a number of angles. And you don't give yourselves credit. I'm here to tell you, you're doing okay. Number one, you're hopefully, cross your fingers, you're healthy. Number two, your kids are healthy, your husband's healthy. Number three, you have a fairly happy home. Number four, the kids are doing okay at school. You're looking to get, doing that. Number five, career's going okay. You, your husband, or you on your own, your husband on your own, just you as a single, you're a guy or a girl, on your own, doing okay. Kids are out of the house and they're in school and whatever. We're going through all the trials and tribulations. We're surviving a pandemic in any way we can. Fine. Give yourself lots of brownie points, because that's number one. But number two, you are sharper than you realized, because you took control of your investments a year ago, 2 years ago, and you decided, well, I kind of know IT. I'm in the IT business. I'm in the IT world in the job I'm in, because of all of the contacts our firm has in the IT world. And we are constantly doing business with a number of companies out there that are large public companies. And I know, you're sitting there going, I know how successful these guys are, because we pay bills to these companies. Our company owes this company money for services rendered, and these guys are always behind, or they're always so overloaded. We can't get them to work for us fast enough. We're always in line to get their services, and their prices never come down. This company is global, or this company is regional. This company is US wide and is growing leaps and bounds. Certain public companies out there that are really doing well, and it's because of your own exposure to them through your husband, perhaps relatives. So friends of yours that work for a particular company that's on fire. They're getting internal reports as employees from their managers going, record-setting quarter, everything's going great, we're doing this, we're doing that. You're hearing about this stuff because you're on the front lines of life. And you're realizing, I'm going to buy some of that stock over there in that company, because I know that company very well. I know more about that company and its day-to-day operations than any analyst in Wall Street. And I certainly know more about what that company is up to on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, quarter-to-quarter basis than any mutual fund manager, any hedge fund investor would ever know, because I have a unique insight to this public company or that public company or several of them. And some of you have made moves with your money to buy into what you know. You're buying what you know. And you're doing just fine. You're not only beating your former money managers, you're not only beating the pants off of your old mutual funds or ETF investments that you had, you're putting them to shame. You're putting the market to shame. You're outdoing the Dow. You're outdoing the S&P 500. You're outdoing the NASDAQ, because you are cherry picking, as you should, the investments that you know and that you like, companies that you can understand and relate to, whether it's just from a lifetime of work experience, or whether it's from just in-house knowledge at where you work, or it's just from a relative, a friend, or many relatives and friends, social contacts, you name it. You just have an in certain parts of this economic world that you know about. You just know about this stuff, and nobody is going to tell you more than you know yourself. You might hear some technical analysis from a chart professional, or you might watch a YouTuber like me or another YouTuber out there who tries to give you a technical analysis on a company, blah, 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 or a sector or whatever. Yeah, yeah, it's all good. It's all, any knowledge, additional knowledge is a good thing. But you yourselves have this absolute window where you know that, oh, that stock over there, those guys are hiring. I know for a fact that they are hiring like crazy. And what are they after? They're after these kinds of people who are like top level software designers, creators. They're the top IT professionals. They're whatever their field is, and you just know you know they're hiring like crazy. Now maybe you're in the human resources business, maybe you're in the HR department of your company, and your company's been having trouble hiring people in your company because other companies in your area are hiring too, and they're hiring the kind of people you want to get your hands on. You can't seem to nail down top-notch people because these guys over there keep hiring them away from us. Or you're noticing how your top people, some of your best all-stars get picked off within your company. You've seen it in the last 5 years where even in your, wherever you're working in your company, whether it's accounting, HR, development, sales, wherever you're working, you're noticing that, in the last year, we've lost like 25 people that I used to know around here that were all really good people. Like they were the best. They were like our top 10 percentile. We're losing a bunch of our top 10 percentile. What's happening? Well, they're getting stolen. Who's stealing them? Well, there's like 2 companies in this region that are picking off our best people, and it's happening elsewhere too, because my best friend works for another company, and I talked to that friend of mine, and they're losing their top 10 percentile. And I have a relative over here that's 50 miles away, and they're telling me that companies over there are having trouble losing. Who's picking them off? Oh, it's this company over here. These guys. It's just these guys over here. Yeah, those guys over there. A publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange that has offices across the U.S., and they are picking off the best people in a 200-mile radius of your neighborhood, and they're just stealing all the best employees, and they attract the university grads, the top grads, and you're sitting there going, geez, these guys are paying top dollar too. Like they're paying big bucks for these people. And they're expanding like crazy. When you are a company that is expanding at an aggressive rate, and you're after you're going after high paying job people, you're dropping coin on your payroll. This is serious money, because for every dollar in cash an employee gets for their job, you can add another dollar to that for the benefits that have to be paid off, the medical, the retirement, all that, the accounting, the HR people, the managers, the cubicle space itself, the equipment that they use. So you're talking someone who's making $100,000 a year. It costs the company $200,000 a year for that employee, and they're picking off all kinds of people like this. You just do the math, and you're going, "Oh my God, this is millions. This is just this office here. These guys have 25 offices, or they have 10 offices, or they have, they're global. You start investigating these guys and do some Google work on them. You start looking at their financials, and you're going, oh my gosh, they're growing leaps and bounds. Is it any wonder they're picking off all these people? You got to invest in this company. That's what you're going to do. And so some of you out there who are making more money with your money than the professionals that you hire to make money with your money. It's not the professional's fault necessarily that they're underperforming what you're doing, because again, you are not covering the entire market, and you're not covering 500 employees or investors. You're covering yourself. You are looking after your little box right here, but that's okay. That's what you're about. You're looking after yourself incorporated. A bunch of you are figuring out that you can be better money managers than others. And you're watching YouTubers out there for guidance and ideas and thoughts. And some of you are watching Uncle Bruce, and you're telling me one-on-one. Yeah, I really like watching you. You kind of get to the point. You make it easy to understand. The gobbledygook I used to get from financial advisors I used to deal with, I couldn't understand a word these guys were saying. They were talking in such language that I wanted to get off the damn phone. And you know what? Now that I've left these guys, I get it. They wanted me off the phone. They didn't want to talk to me. They actually wanted me just to leave my money with them, so they could hand it off to their money managers and then they can move on to the next client, because they weren't interested in trying to hang on to my money. Of course, they were interested in that, but now that I have my money, they have no more interest in me on a personal basis. They're after the next me. They're looking for the next person they can bring in, open up accounts with, sweet talk them into some fantastic investment opportunities, send us a bunch of email brochures, show me this incredible fancy dancy research they do, and just have me tie up, have the next person tie up $250,000 or $500,000 and put it into under admin for their account, because these reps aren't Uncle Bruce kind of people. They're not this guy. The Uncle Bruces of the world are extinct. You can't find Uncle Bruces anymore like you used to. There was a time where only Uncle Bruces existed. In every small town in America, in Canada, and everywhere else, in every city, there were all kinds of guys like me who had our 200 to 500 clients each, who we looked after, and we knew on a first name basis, and we knew the wife's name, we knew the kids' names, we knew you the last 3 jobs you had. I used to know my employees' last 3 jobs because I grew with them. It was a decades long relationship, several decades. That's gone. That's all gone now. You're talking to a 30 to 35-year-old to 40-year-old investment advisor that is a college graduate with student debt up the wazoo, that has been given quotas by 40 to 50-year-old managers who've been given quotas by 40 to 50-year-old senior managers. The pressure is just coming all the way down. And these grunts, and that's what they are, and they know what they are. They're grunts. They're 33-year-olds who are being told how lucky you are that you're with a firm like us, and that you ought to be grateful that we took you on, and that we're training you to become a successful, I don't know what you're going to be, a money manager or whatever. In effect, out of every 10 that are hired, maybe out of every 20, maybe one will become an assistant manager of a firm, eventually a manager in charge of the next series of grunts, to motivate them to get on the blower and to get out there and find assets and bring in assets. And these new 30-somethings and 40-somethings, these young kids, are under unbearable pressure, and they have to make $100,000 a year to payable to them, or they're out the door, because there are 1,000 candidates for every job that's out there. I mean, there's all kinds of university grads who would love to get a job at JP Morgan or with Chase or whatever the firm is called, to go after the so-called high-end investors, the sexy-sounding, incredible, invigorating stock market investment world. When they get in there, they realize, and within about 6 months, and then within a year or two, they figure out, oh my God, all I am is an asset chaser. I'm just going after cash. I'm just going after people's assets. I'm just trying to steal accounts from other firms, and I'm trying to get people to open up accounts here, to put in a $5,000 a month contribution every month, or $2,000 a month, or whatever I'm setting them up for, to build cash under admin. And I'm handing all that money off to my managers who go, we're putting my customer into a bond fund, into a stock fund, into a growth fund, into a dividend fund, into whatever fund, all internal funds that we run, all managed by our top guys, and they're all somewhere else. They're not here in the office. They're like in New York somewhere. And I am just a gatherer of cash. That's all I am. And the manager is saying to them, hey, you got it easy. You bring in $5 million a month, bring in $50 million a year, $1 million a week, bring in $1 million a week, $50 million a year. You're getting paid a percentage of that money. That's your payoff. And the first year you get X amount. The second year you get a residual. And the more money you have under admin, the more money you guaranteed to make every year when you come through the door. So you look at a 10-year veteran. Look at yourself 10 years from now, the 42-year-old over there, or the 38-year-old, you're 28 now, or you're 22 or 23, the 33 to 35-year-old who's been doing this for a decade. Look at that successful person, and you're asking yourself, is this really what I want to be? But that successful person is making $150,000 to $180,000 a year. They're married. They got 2 kids. They got a mortgage, 1 or 2 cars, and obligations. They need to make that kind of money, because after tax, where they live, depending on what city they're in, it's expensive, and they need to make that kind of cash. And so they're always on the blower and they're always looking for leads to get more money. And so they have no time to talk to you about your existing investments. They don't want to talk to you about your idea where you call them up and say, hey, listen, I just heard a story about a company that I thought was really interesting. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, what's that? As they feign interest. Well, it's this company that's called GameStop. Oh, don't you think you should just stick to the investments that we recommended to you? Don't you think that would be a better way to go? Because after all, your objectives were long-term growth and stable income, and they want to talk you out of talk about GameStop. They don't want to talk to you about GameStop. They don't want to talk to you about IBM. They don't want to talk to you about any idea you've got because they're not going to be interested to necessarily put money into work where you want it to work, because that means they have to take money out of one of their funds and then do what you want to do with that money. That's the last thing they want to do, because after they get off the phone with you and they complete that transaction, the next thing they do is they get an email from their manager going, what are you doing? What's going on over there? For the last 30 minutes, you haven't made an outgoing call to any new customers. What are you doing? What are you selling this for? What are you buying that for? What's going on? Well, my customer called and they wanted to make this change. What? I thought you were in charge of your customer. Well, since when is your customer in charge of you? This is the kind of crap these guys are getting. They're not going to tell you this. They're never going to tell you this. They're not going to admit it. And no firm will ever admit it. You're going to hear it from Uncle Bruce. You're not going to hear it from anybody else. I know this business. And the bottom line is the manager's under heat. If too many of these salespeople start to divert their attention away from asset gathering and start to try to trade, that manager gets a phone call or an email from either someone else in his office, her office, or from the regional area going, what's going on in your branch? Your numbers aren't syncing up. You're supposed to be generating 20 million a week in asset growth, and you're now down to 16 million a week. What's the matter with you guys? What's wrong? Do I have to hire a new manager to replace you to get us back up to 20 million? What's going on? Oh, and by the way, next year you're supposed to do 22 million. You know that. I mean, it's growth, baby. What's your excuse? And what happens is that some of you out there quickly figured out, yeah, every time I call my guy or girl, they don't have the time of day for me. They really don't want to hear what I know. They don't care. And they are not all that motivated to get me in. And then, you want to sell the stock and you can't get through. They're on another call right now. You just want to put in a sell order. You're not getting serviced. And so you're going on your own. You've been going on your own and you've got the time to be at home and you're working on your computer here for your boss. But over here, you got this. Or over here, you got what I got. You got one of these big boys, and this is tied to your market. This is tied to your account. And some of you are doing it through Robinhood or Fidelity or Charles Schwab or whatever firm you've decided to use, and you're handling your own affairs. And you decide when to buy, when to sell, how much to buy, how much to sell. And yeah, you make mistakes. You get winners and losers, but all in all, you're on top of the market and you know what you're doing and why. And you're doing your tabulations. You're going, when I started when I was told by my boss last year to stay home and start working from home, it was about a month after that, I pulled out all of my statements and I went into my accounts for like the first time in a year. And I took a look at my retirement account and my 401k and my employer plan and all this stuff. And I did the math. And I didn't like my returns the last 5 years. And I've been working my tail off the last 5 years for these guys and everybody else. And others are not working as hard for me as I am for them. I took control of these dollars, put them into my own control. And in the last 6, 8, 9, 10, 12 months, I've made more of a return on my own money than I've ever made with any money manager ever since I graduated school and was able to start saving cash. I'm not going back. And I say kudos on you. Way to go. Yes. And that's exactly the way this world works now. You can't call Uncle Bruce anymore in your local town and talk to a one-on-one collaborator with you. There are no more me's. I'm 65. I'm going to be 66 this year. If I were a broker, if I'd have been one, I'd have been retired by now. So forget that. Go downtown to any city you live in, anywhere, and you talk to a guy like me who's retired, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, you see that building over there? Oh, there were three brokerage firms in there back in the '70s and the '80s. They took a floor each, those guys, and at that tower there were four brokerage firms, and on the corner there was a firm here, and then in the suburbs there were branch offices. They're all gone. They're all long. They shut them down in the '90s. They shut them down in the 2000s because as soon as everything went on to platform trading, human beings became expendable. And we dropped, the game plan was to drop the accounts that are less than $25,000. Get rid of them. Don't service them at all. Just piece them off into mutual funds and just let them go on their own. Any accounts between 20 and 50,000, or try to get them to 100, and if you can, then slough them off into some house funds. And customers who had $1 million or more, they would still have an advisor, but the advisor might not be in their hometown. The advisor might be in a city 100 miles away, 200 miles away, might be in another area entirely. It's all changed out, kids. The human interaction is gone. You're on your own. You have to do it yourself. And some of you out there are cut out to do it. Some of you are not. I get it. And a lot of you are cut out to do it. You're looking anywhere you can, any way you can, to figure out, where do I get the info I need to be ahead of the curve? How can I stay ahead of the market? And some of you found me and have decided that what that guy talks about is kind of what I want to hear. It's not everything I want to hear, but it's some of what I want to hear. At least that guy is talking in a lingo that I can understand. It's plain English. God forbid I can't find it anywhere else, because in the so-called written material that I get, or the frequently asked questions area, some of these platform accounts, I read these frequently asked questions. First of all, the question I don't understand because it's in a lingo that does make no sense to me. Makes no sense. And then the answer is in a gibberish that makes absolutely no sense. And I haven't got time to go to the dictionary and try to figure out what these people are trying to tell me, how to handle my account, and how they're handling my money. I mean, I can't make sense of these guys. And there's no one to talk to. There's an 800 number, but no one ever answers it because it's all just computerized. This is so impersonal. I'm on my own. I got to go somewhere where I can hear someone talk to me, or at least I can look some information up online, perhaps on my own, and figure out what I'm doing. And so those of you who do contact me for a one-on-one session, we make a lot of progress in the 60 minutes we have together, don't we? We cut through the gobbledygook and get right down to the bottom line. What are you doing? What's your plan? Where are you at? And finally, someone's asking you questions about your situation that no one asks you on a computer. I mean, I'll ask you trick questions like, how old are your mom and dad? Are they okay? Are you the eldest in the family? Are you the one expected to take care of them? Are you the only child? Are you one of five? What's the deal? And you're going, why are you asking me questions like that? I thought we were going to talk about investments. And I'm going, I am talking about investments. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing what I've always done. I'm getting to know you. It's called Know Your Client Rule. This was the big rule in the securities business when I was in the securities business. It's Know Your Client Rule. How many times I had to haul in 25-year-old kids to sit them down and going, how's it going? Oh, it's great. You're trying to open new accounts? Yeah, I'm trying to open new accounts. Who are you talking to right now? Who's your hottest prospect? Oh, I got this land manager at Exxon or whatever. Great. How'd you come across this person? Oh, one of my clients mentioned that he knows this guy and I should talk to him. So I talked to him on the phone. How's it going? Oh, it's really cool. Great. Is he married? I haven't asked him that. Oh, okay. Has he got kids? I don't know that. How long has he been with the company? Like, where he's at? How many times have you talked to him? Oh, 6 times. 6 times. Oh, okay. And what are you talking about? Oh, we're talking about the markets and we talk about investing. Is it? Oh, okay. Does he have any parents? What? Could it be that his father's a multimillionaire and that he's bequeathed $1 million to his son now in a trust account? Is it possible that he gets $10,000 a month from a family trust on top of the salary he's making? You don't even know. Does he have an RSP? Does he have a 401k? Does he have other brokers? How knowledgeable is this guy about the market? He's hearing rumors and hot tips, but what does he really know about the market? This is called know your client rule. Figure out who you're dealing with here. Have you seen him in person yet? Well, no, we haven't had time to get together. You haven't had time. Yeah, you haven't had time. You're a stockbroker? Yes, I am. What time do you get here every morning? 7 o'clock. And what time do you go home? At 3 o'clock. Maybe you could stay till 5. And maybe between 3 and 5, you could arrange to either have the client come and visit you, or maybe you could visit the client, or maybe you could get your buddy who sits beside you to handle your accounts during lunch hour, and you could go out for lunch with this person because they have a half-hour break or 40-minute break. Why don't you go to the food court at the one of the office towers and hang out for half an hour, have a Subway together, and you pay for it. Maybe you can get to know this person over a Subway sandwich, something like that. Show this person that you're a human being and get to know this person, get to understand their nuances and their likes and dislikes and their vibe. You might find that they're a wealth of information, or you might find that they're just repeating to you what they're hearing from every scumbag out there you don't want them to be talking to. I mean, are you looking at a salvage job? Has this person lost $200,000 in the market the last 2 years from other brokerage firms, and now you're trying to salvage this guy? Or are you dealing with someone who talks the talk but has never made an investment before because they're too afraid to do it, or they don't know their broker, or they don't feel comfortable? Get in front of their face. Oh, the basics of management 101. I'll tell you, kids. Welcome to the world that I was in, and welcome to the world that you're in now. And you guys are on your own. You have to do this all yourself. You can't find a stockbroker. You can't find an Uncle Bruce to handle your money. Many of you can. I know some of you do have one, and some of you are very happy with your advisors. You love them. Some of you are quasi-happy with your advisors. You got one, you got two, you got three, but none of them are the absolute all-star of advisors. Not one of them. And you would sure love to find one that could be. By the way, thank you everybody for being here this morning. It's Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce from Creston, British Columbia. This is one of our newest logos. This is one of my newest logos. It's the same logo, but it's actually in a washout look. It's kind of different. Cheers to all of you from around the world. I'm glad you're here today. GameStop 176.81. I have news for you on GameStop. The Dow is up. I'm so used to saying down. It's up 172 points. We've got the S&P up 19 points. We have the NASDAQ up 54. So the pre-market looks good. We're opening in 18 minutes, and we're pleased to see that. And we're talking about how you are taking control of your life. And I'm proud of you, those of you who are. I sympathize for those of you who are adrift right now. You've been abandoned by your investment advisors, or you just can't find one. You just can't find an investment advisor that gives a crap about what you're about, what your needs, wishes, hopes, and desires are, because you just don't have enough money for them to care. And I hear you, and you are on your own. Although I commend a lot of you who are excited about the fact that you're working from home. You've turned yourself into maybe a consulting type person. You're making more money now than you've ever made before. Some of you have still kept your day jobs with some of your employers, but you've taken on a second gig. You've taken on a part-time gig on a consulting basis on the side to try it out. And you got your guaranteed salary coming from this place, and you're giving them their 6-8 hours a day of effort, and they're happy with you. But then over here, you've got 3, 4, 5 hours on the side. That's 15, 20 hours a week that you're now putting into another outfit, not even in your city. It's like elsewhere. It's a referral somehow you had, or someone you've always known. You've got extra work coming in, and you're doing the math, and you're going, geez, I worked for these guys over here for the last 15 years, and this is how much money I make. And then I work with these guys over here for like 15 weeks, and how much money I charge. I make more money in 15 hours working for these guys than working for these guys for 40 hours a week. If I could get another one of these guys and get rid of this guy, I've got 2 part-time outfits. I might only be committing 30 hours a week of my time, and I'm making 150% of the money I used to make working full-time for these guys. And these guys keep telling me that I should be happy to get a 2% raise for the cost of living. I should be thrilled that they haven't gotten rid of my sorry ass. And the other thing I've noticed about these guys that I worked with 15 years, I started at age 25. I'm 40 now, and I'm noticing that people are getting bumped up ahead of me that are younger than I am with less service. And I noticed another little thing. It's a funny little quirky little thing. As soon as you reach about 50, around that 50 age mark, I've noticed a pattern. They don't last anymore. These people kind of get to be 50 years old and then they're gone. They melt away. It's like they just evaporate into the sky, and they've moved on to bigger and better things. I'm 42. What am I? What? Ooh, I've been working for 20 years, since I was 22 or 23, 24, since I came out of college. I got 15, 18 years of experience, frontline experience. I know everything there is to do about this job that I have. I know more than my manager, because my manager is an idiot. And there are VPs up there that this guy reports to. They don't know what I know. And I'm the lowest paid person on this totem pole. And that just isn't right. And I'm never going to be brought up there. Why? Because I don't go golfing with these guys. I don't go fishing. I'm not in the same clubs, or whatever the reason, whatever it is. Too many others like me in the company. I don't know. But you know what? I've decided that in this COVID time, where I'm stuck at home and I'm on my own and I'm doing a little bit of searching, a little bit of digging, I'm able to find consulting gigs. Might be one-off work for 5 hours here or 10 hours here. Or I approached a company that was a competitor of our company, or in another industry entirely, that I came to them and said, I have this experience, blah, blah, blah. I've incorporated an LLC, because I'm not hiring myself out as me. I'm hiring myself out as company, blah, 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 the enterprise company. And they're hiring the enterprise company for 10 hours for part-time work, for part-time consulting work, 40 hours a month. And they're prepared to pay me 10 hours a week retainer, and then so much an hour over that. And they're delighted with my work because I'm really good at it, and I'm fast, and I'm quick, and I've already made all the mistakes I was going to make 10 years ago. I'm now a very efficient, lean machine. My company is a winner. And you also know something else that you're kind of figuring out, some of you out there. You have friends of yours at work. You have associates that you've worked with in the past that are sitting at home, and they're bored, or they're not happy with their situation. And you have an opportunity to work with a company over here that is looking for 3 people. They're looking, if they've got 100 hours a week of work that they need done. And your entity has been approached going, can you handle this for us? And you're sitting there going, well, I could call, so-and-so and so-and-so. And if I gave them each 25 hours a week of work, and then I did 50, there's 100 hours a week of work. We could do it under my company name. And wait a minute, I would pay them so much an hour and pay that person so much an hour, but my firm charges this much an hour because it's a company. And the difference between what I pay them for their time versus what I charge the employee, that's mine. I get an override on other people's work, and I'm in charge of it. I'm on top of it. I can watch it. Hello, a whole new world just opened up. You've just become an agency. You've just become an entity, and you're no longer an employee of another company anymore. You're now a self-employed LLC, limited liability corporation, running your own company, and you've got employees that work for you on a contract basis, because you don't pay them unemployment, you don't pay their health care, you just pay them a flat rate per hour because they're mini sub-consultants under you. And so all of a sudden you go, yeah, when I don't need them, I don't have them anymore. When that contract runs out, I don't need them anymore. I'm not letting anybody go. I'm just saying to them, I got a contract and it's going to pay this much an hour for so many weeks or so many months until it runs out. Are you interested? And they're going, yeah, I'm bored to tears here. I can't get out. Or I hate my job. I don't want to go back to that office. I don't feel safe in my office. I want to work in my home. Well, you can make $35 an hour working through my entity if you want. $35 as a consultant, no deductions? Oh, yeah. And then they set up an LLC with all their deductions against the $35. They only pay tax on $25 an hour, and they're only putting in so many hours a week. They're virtually working for tax-free money because they don't make enough to pay taxes on. In your case, you've got an LLC. You've got all the deductions off of the top as well. You're paying them out for their fees. That's coming off the top. Then there's an X amount left over. You decide what to pay yourself in a salary. You decide the rest will be retained inside the corporation, and maybe once every 6 months or a year or so, you'll decide to pay yourself a dividend. You'll have a chat with your tax advisor first. In the meantime, you're doing all that, and on the side, you're managing your investments, and you're in charge of that, and you're doing a better job than anyone else out there. Welcome to the new world that opened up in the last year, and that's just a snippet of the world that I'm talking about. I am talking about a slice of the world. This complete planet of ours has completely transformed itself in the last month. And those of you out there who are thinking naively, I think, that, it's just going to go back to normal. Everything's going to be, everyone's going to go back down to Manhattan, and they're going to go back into those high rises like before, and they're going to have their bag lunch, and they're going to go to the Starbucks down the street and have their coffee, and it's just like it was before. You can forget about it. It's not going to happen because corporations have figured it out as well as individuals. Corporations have figured out with their bean counters, hey, what the hell are we doing? Why do we need 30,000 square feet in Manhattan or in downtown Baltimore or Philly or Washington somewhere or Pittsburgh or Detroit or Chicago or LA or Denver or anywhere? Why do we need a giant office with a zillion employees in here when we can have only a third of the people in this office and the other 2/3 are all remote hired? Why don't we do that? And why don't we hire all those people over the next year, fire them all, like get rid of them, and then rehire them as consultants? And we don't have to pay all these benefits, and we don't have to do matching and all this stuff. They have to figure themselves out. And I say great. For you guys, I think it's great because now, of course, these companies who are going to do this, they're going to have employees from within the city, yeah. But within a year, I bet you a third of all the outside employees that they have don't live within 100 miles of their office. They're all over the place because all you need is an internet connection, kids. You can be in Miami and work for a company out of Seattle. You can be in Denver and work for a company out of New York. It doesn't matter. You can be in Dallas and do work for a Berlin-based company. It doesn't matter. It's an internet thing now. It's maybe a little bit of time zone stuff. Who cares? This is easy to handle. It's a whole new world, and corporations are gonna figure out we're not going the way back. Those who are going the way back are the dinosaurs. Those guys are done for because they're limiting their talent pool to the people that can come into the office, and the best talent that they need actually. Half of their employees actually should be hired remotely from around the planet, the best there is, but they're only hiring the folks who can get there through the subway and through the train or through a car or through a bus or a combination of the whole thing. They're dinosaurs. They're going to lose out because companies that go remote will hire the best talent they can get globally, and they will have the highest base talent base in their industry, and they will kick butt. And there you have it. And the question is, are you one of those top-notch 10 percentile people that now will not be taken advantage of anymore as a perceived lower-level grunt in a cubicle office where you knew more than the 10 people around you and the 5 people above you that you reported to? You knew more than all of them combined, and yet you're the one who's being suppressed and kept in that little cubicle and told to shut the hell up and just be grateful you have a job. Those of you out there are about to be liberated, and it's going to be a breath of fresh air. And oh my gosh, your lives are about to change for the better if you grab it. You gotta want it, man. You gotta want it. Don't tell me you don't want it. You gotta want this, and you've got to take a chance on yourself sometimes. And if this pandemic hasn't convinced you you're a survivor, I can't help you. Because this last 12 months has probably shown a lot of you out there, I'm a lot tougher than I thought I was. I'm a lot more resourceful than I thought I was. And when the chips are down, I kind of like investing in me because I can count on me, where others just have underappreciated what you're all about. And it could be an interesting year coming up for a lot of you out there, and I'm excited for you. I'm pumped up. I'm jacked, and I wish you all the best. Believe in yourself. Keep it going. Don't ever let anyone tell you you're no good, because that's crap. Thank you for joining me here today. It's Uncle Bruce, Motivator. Here we are, Monday, May the 3rd. Welcome to May. L4G Customs, L4G Custom Fabrication. How you doing, buddy? What are your thoughts on GameStop making locations esports training facilities for aspiring gamers? I have news on GameStop. I like a lot of what I'm hearing about GameStop, but first I got to get naked. Hang on, folks. I've got to take my clothes off because I'm way too hot right now. We're about to open. We're only 5 minutes away from the opening, and that means Bruce got to take his clothes off because he's just too hot. So you hang on there, you hang in there, and enjoy the show as Bruce gets naked, takes off his sweatshirt. Oh, look at that. Look at the skin. Oh, my God. And he takes off the other one. Oh, my God. And look at that. He's got a new shirt. He's got another new shirt. Oh, my God. He's got a sweatshirt and he's got a Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce shirt on, available in like 17 different colors. Thank you, everybody, for being here, hanging out with Uncle B. GameStop. Let's talk GameStop. 177.02 on the pre-market with, what do we got, 4 minutes to go before we open up for the day. And the company made 2 announcements today. And I heard news over the weekend that I like. And I thought I'd share that with you. If any of you are out there interested in GameStop, you've come to the right place, because a lot of us here are interested in GameStop, and we kind of like what we see, especially corporate. We really like what we see. And there's some interesting news. Number one piece of news that came out, the company officially announced that they have paid off their $211 million, I think it was 211, maybe $216 million debt that they had, the 10% debt that they owned. That's gone. They no longer owe $216 million at 10% interest anymore to anybody. That's gone. Hello. And that saves them $21 million a year in interest right now. I did some just rough mathematics, and I mean, I kind of winged it. When you don't pay $21 million in interest anymore to your banker, and you've got 73 million shares outstanding, you do the mathematics, and I come out to about 30-something cents a share per year that you're not paying interest for. In other words, this is an expense you had, a 33-cent per share expense that you don't have anymore. That's just flown over to the profit side of the business, because you obviously made enough money coming in the front door to pay that loan. You paid the principal, and or you at least paid the interest every month or every quarter. You don't have to come up with $21 million anymore per year to make the interest payments on that money. So that's the first. In other words, the first $21 million you make doesn't go to these guys. It stays in the treasury of the company. That's towards the bottom line of the company. That's 33 cents a share. Now I'm thinking this company, being a growth company that they are, and becoming an e-commerce company that they are and going to be, I was trying to figure out what would GameStop trade at on a price earnings multiple going forward. Some of you ask me all the time, what is a price earnings multiple, Bruce? I hear this all the time. What the hell does that mean? And a price earnings multiple is simply this. If a company earns $1 a share profit, it will trade at a multiple of that $1 a share in the open market. And it depends on the kind of business they're in. That tells us how high the multiple will be. For example, if you want to buy right now a Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan, you're talking about a PE multiple around 8 to 12, very low PE multiple. You want to buy Apple right now? You like Apple? Who doesn't like Apple? Everyone likes Apple. Apple Computer right now, if you're buying it, you're paying 29.5 times earnings. So let's call it 30 times earnings. So if Apple were to make $1 a share profit, it would trade at $30. Well, Apple trades at $131 a share. So you just do the simple math and you figure out, well, these guys are making like $4 something a share, aren't they? 4 something a share times 30 is $130 a share. Ah, okay. Well, Amazon, they're in the e-commerce business. We've all heard of those guys. Well, the Amazon people, they're trading at 66 times earnings right now. So if they made $1 a share, they'd be trading at $66, right? Right. Well, they trade at $3,400 a share. They make a lot of money per share. They don't make $1 a share. They make an awful lot of money per share. Earnings per share of $52 a share. That's what they earn. Now, if they were to split their stock 10 for 1, their stock would go from $3,200 a share down to $320 a share, and their earnings per share would go from $52 to $5.20. But it's all relative because everyone would have 10 times as many shares. It would still trade at 69 or 66 times earnings. But let's get back to GameStop. If GameStop were to trade at 100 times earnings, because the thinking is that they're going to grow on a percentage basis on their earnings a lot faster than Amazon will, because Amazon is a $1.75 trillion company, where GameStop is a $20 billion or $10 billion company. The thinking is I'll have a higher PE multiple. So if it's 100 times earnings and they're saving 33 cents a year on their interest charges, that's bottom line money, that's $33 a share for the stock price. That's $33 a share just based on paying off that loan that they paid off with 10% interest. That's just that. All right. The thinking is, and my thinking is, that these guys could make a couple of bucks a share profit in the next year, maybe more. Well, if they make $2 a share in profit and they trade at 100 times earnings, it's a $200 stock. But if next year the thinking is they're going to make $4 a share profit as they go into e-commerce and become more efficient, at 100 times earnings, that's a $400 stock based on PE multiples, just on corporate PE multiples. Forget about short squeezes, gamma squeezes, all the other stuff. I'm just talking corporation stuff. This stock, GameStop, might all of a sudden be perceived to be undervalued. Holy moly, $21 million savings in interest charges. Cash in the bank, they had the money. They now have $900 million cash after they paid that off. Wow, $900 million. I mean, I look at it this way. If they actually owed $1.2 billion in debt, and they raised this money they raised last week, paid it all off, and had no cash in the bank, but they just got rid of $1.2 billion in debt, and they were paying 10% interest on that debt, that's $120 million a year in interest charges. See, that's 6 times as much as what they just paid off, okay? So just think about this. Just bear with me now. Hang on. If they just paid off $1.2 billion that used to cost them $120 million in interest, and you turn that $120 million into the shares, you're talking about a company that would now be making $1.50 a share in profit. Times 200 times earnings is $300 a share. You see, that's how powerful the $900 million in cash is right now. The $900 million in cash they're sitting on is their money. They don't owe anybody any of it to anybody. They get to use that money to expand their business, and they're going to make far more return than a 10% interest charge they would have had in the past. So the $900 million going into their business or buying something else or expanding elsewhere is going to make them more than 10% return, which justifies a much higher valuation on the stock. You see, cash is king. You got to have it. They have it. Other news that came out from GameStop. We heard that they have picked up a new warehouse as a fulfillment center in a place called York, Pennsylvania. That location of York, Pennsylvania is between Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, Pittsburgh. They are surrounded by 45 million people within an hour and a half from that warehouse. Yeah, figure it out. All the Northeast distribution of GameStop's merchandise is going to be out of York, Pennsylvania. Grapevine, Texas, they've got a warehouse down there that will handle the Southeast and the Southwest for now. York, Pennsylvania will probably handle the Northwest. In Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, that handles Canada. They got that one covered. I think they have another one in Australia, and I think they have another one in the UK. They have offices, they have warehouses all over the place. They will continue to do this. They will continue to announce new fulfillment centers, just like Amazon did for 25 years, from the 90s to now. They kept coming out every year or two with we have a new fulfillment center we're building. We're building one here. We're building one there. We're building one there. Because Amazon went global with their distribution network. And guess what GameStop is doing? They're going global too. And they can't just have a warehouse in Grapevine, Texas for all of the United States. Not gonna do it. Not good enough. So they're gonna have one in the Northeast. They'll likely pop one up in the Northwest. They'll likely pop one up in the Southwest, and that will give them four corners of warehouse exposure for deliveries, same day, next day, 24-hour, 48-hour delivery. You got to be close. That's what these guys are all about. GameStop is becoming an e-commerce powerhouse in the gaming area. The stock right now is up 67 cents to 174.31. We're open now. The markets are up and running. GameStop has traded 227,000 shares in the first 4.5 minutes of the day. AMC, unfortunately, down 20 cents to 983 on AMC on 3.3 million shares volume. AMC having a very rough start to the morning. I'm not surprised, unfortunately, because we've talked about this ad nauseum corporately. Things are not looking good over there. Microvision up 3 cents. There's no serious recovery coming here. Fifth Wheel Acquisitions, one of the SPACs I like, up 7 cents to 10.93. Vector Acquisitions, VACQ up 17 cents to 10.63. Navsite Holdings up 2 cents to 9.93. IPOE up only a penny to 17.01. We'll see how that wants to run today. Hearing lots of good news on that. Gores Holdings up a penny, 12.68. There's a lot of potential there. VGAC, Virgin Group Acquisition, down 2 cents to 10.04. Starboard Value unchanged. Fortress up 2 cents to 9.98. Over on SMH, Vanek Vectors Semiconductor Chips Fund up $1.21 to $2.44. That is getting very attractively priced. It's down from its highs. Home Depot HD up 361. International Business Machines IBM up 228. Thank you very much. The Dow up 231.95. A very nice start to the day. Rocking along here. Looks like it is towards its high right now. The all-time high for the Dow, 34,256. It's at 34,112. So about 140 points away from an all-time record high on the Dow. It's having a good day today. Microsoft up 11 cents. Apple up 97 cents. A little better. Tesla down $12.51. Bed Bath & Beyond down up a dime at $25.42. BlackBerry down 3 cents, sitting at $8.80. On the cruise line front, a Royal Caribbean up $1.11 at $88.08. Norwegian up 34 cents to 31.39, and Carnival up 9 cents to 28.05. That's where we're at right now on a lot of the stocks that I am following. Amazon is down 17 cents. Who else are we watching? Disney up $2. Google down $14 a share. And Intel up 4 cents a share at 57.57. That is a buy. Intel is a buy. There you go. There's a quick recap where we're at. $174 a share on GameStop. Down, it's up 41 cents. AMC down 21 cents to 9.82 right now. Good news on GameStop. Other news on GameStop. I got an email over the weekend, and I thank those of you who send me emails all the time of research you're coming up with, stories you're hearing about, contacts you have. Anything like that. I love it when you send me this kind of info. This really helps me out a lot. One of you sent me an email over the weekend to talk to me about a new website for GameStop, and it was for the Tulsa, Oklahoma region. And the website looked really interesting. It was something I'd never seen before. They're talking about some of the centers in Tulsa are like the old stores are being regurgitated into new kinds of stores. They have now got a store in Tulsa that has gone retro. It's a retro gaming store with all the stuff from the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. They've got another one where it's a come on in and hang out kind of store with couches and PlayStations. They have another store they're setting up that's a tournament store. Come on in here and play tournaments with us. Come and test drive the new games and enjoy, try them out. Really cool stuff going on here. It's kind of like, to me, I'm kind of wondering if as time goes by, these leases expire all over the world for GameStop. The 5,000 will come down to 3,500, down to 2,500, down to 1,500 stores. Eventually, they'll be down to 500, maybe down to 1,000 perhaps. But they might have like 1,000 super centers instead of 5,000 miniature stores all over the place. And these super centers will be divvied up into sections. Think about something like a Big Apple store or even bigger than that, where you come in the front door and there's the retail division on the one end, and there's the retro over there, and then there's the tournament area over here, the tryout area over there, trade-ins and repairs over there, a super center of GameStop. And I can see that being, like one in Dallas and one in Houston and one in Philadelphia and one in LA, or two or three, depending on the physical, geographical scope of the whole place. They'll figure it all out. Interesting. This website was really cool. It was really interesting to see how this whole website was being laid out, and I was quite impressed by all of this. Neat. Ryan is saying, hey, what? York, Pennsylvania? It's my hometown. Home to Harley Davidson and a number of other distribution centers. Smart choice. Yeah, it is a smart choice. It's in the middle of everywhere. Crossroads, you can go north, south, east, and west from there. Customers all around you. You betcha. Suppliers all around you. Yep, smart move on their part. Gotta hand it to them. So, yeah, let's see what these guys can do over at GameStop. There are things happening. We are still waiting, of course, for the CEO information. We're waiting for CEO updates. That it will come at any time. I don't know when, but at any time it's expected. So we're all anticipating that move. And then at the end of this month, I believe the end of the month, we will get the first quarter financials, which end at the end of April, just last weekend. So we should have those coming in, and they should be kind of stellar compared to last year. No question about that, because last year they were shutting everything down. So we're waiting for that. Cheers to all of you again from Uncle Bruce here at Stock Markets with Bruce. Thank you for going to my Redbubble store, ordering these items, picking up Stock Markets with Bruce merchandise. You guys help out. The Redbubble people take care of everything. I don't touch anything. I don't get to screw it up. Fantastic. They ship pretty well worldwide. Check out my Redbubble store. Link is down below, and help yourself. Thank you, all of you. On Friday, oh my gosh, Friday, if you were not here Friday for the afternoon show, did you miss an event? Oh my gosh. That was crazy. We on every afternoon, as you know, or you should know, I do a show in the afternoon starting at 3 o'clock Eastern, going till 5 o'clock Eastern. I cover the last hour of the open market, and then I cover the first hour of the after market. Well, on Fridays, things are usually kind of slow normally on Fridays. And this past Friday, we were anticipating that, it might be kind of quiet going into the last hour of the telecast. Some of my viewers took it upon themselves during the week last week to organize a little contest, a little libation contest. How about that? A little libation contest. And based on what I said and what words I used, libations were to be consumed. And oh my, it got out of hand. As it always does with friends and relatives. We ended up having there was a lot more fun being had than I thought was going to be had. It was quite crazy. Texas was definitely in on it. There was no doubt about that. Buy and Hold says no one remembers Friday. Observe thyself. If you weren't here, it was hilarious. John Anderson. It all started when I was saying innocently that I need a new chair. Sitting on this dining chair, and I got telephone books under my butt here to keep me up, because I'm only 4 feet 8 inches tall. I'm very short. I'm like a Danny DeVito guy. You know that, don't you? You believe me when I say that, don't you? So I sit on pillows, and I sit on phone books, and I sit on all kinds of leveling assisters to be high enough to be here. And one of the viewers decided that's it. One of the prerequisites for libation consumption is if anyone makes a $100 donation or more, all must consume and complete a libation that is underway. And one of the viewers decided he needs a new chair. Sent me $100 on a super chat. Well, that just opened it up. And now you've insulted people, because there are some folks out there who will not be outbid by some measly $100 donation to this channel. And after all, the kind of chair this guy needs and the kind of chair this guy should have, it shouldn't be a $99.99 office chair from Staples. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a guy who's on the air 5 hours a day, 3 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. He does his other live shows on his other channel. I mean, this guy's on the air 26 hours a week live. We got to give him a chair that he can sit in and last and survive. And we got to help out Uncle Bruce, because otherwise that guy's going to die on us. We can't have that. Well, here comes another donation. And then here came another one. And now it was on. It was on. And don't tell the people about the secrets on Friday. Samuel, there were a lot of them. It was on Market Watch this morning, I think, around pork. It was so good. It was Bruce just said drinking games in the fanciest way possible. Libation games. Oh my is right, says oh my is right. Bama Babe laughing out loud. Oh, hey, my bagel's green. Welcome. I think I was still drunk Sunday morning, says Rick. Friday was fun. Wait till the cruise. Oh, wait till we have a group cruise and we have this game over there. Oh my God. Good morning. Just woke up from Friday's to sell. I better see your Herman Miller chair soon, Bruce. You better be getting a Herman Miller, or else. Can you show us the chair you chose? I passed out after the 5th shot. Rule number one, never speak about Friday. Rule number 2, never speak about Friday. Bruce makes on that evening more than I've invested. Amazing what happened. Sorry, I enjoy my executive function. I see nothing. You rock. Look at this, whatever sell-off. Yeah, 173.12. We're down a little bit on the sell-off. Broker, that was pretty funny. I wasn't drinking myself, but Uncle Bruce did raise some cash. Oh, David is laughing. I was getting ready for a road trip, and I missed it. Krista K, absolutely. We don't talk about Fridays or Texas anymore, says Eric. We kept drinking on Discord. I didn't get off of there until 11 o'clock at night. Oh, no. Laughing out loud, libations, Wally's roll. It was the most fun I've ever had in a chat room. I thought I'd done it all, but oh, no. Don't forget who started it. Don't forget. I still need Discord info. The more you drink, the better I look. Oh, my gosh. It was out of control on Friday afternoon. Oh, Obama. You get a chance. Bruce is the truth. Get a chance and check out Friday's last hour. Oh, man, that was wild. Remember who finished it? Kramer wishes he were Bruce. No regrets. There were people who were getting cut off by YouTube for making donations. They weren't allowed to make any more, so they started making donations on PayPal to get Bruce a new chair. It was insane. I went out and ate and continued. Oh, no. Message me on Reddit. I will link you. Good computer chair is like a good pair of work boots. It's rocket. Way to go. Thanks. Oh, it was insanity. A lot of fun was had by all. I was getting phone calls all night, text messages all night from relatives and friends going, what the hell happened on your show this night? Texas may have been texted, but it wasn't you. People are laughing. What? I was afraid of Bruce getting a panic attack on Friday with all the Reds coming in. Best compilation ever. Best competition of all time. I've been drunk the entire time I've been a member. I was ready last Friday. I'm up 44% of my position in like a week. Ask Bruce. Laugh out loud. It was like, ask Bruce. Damn it, Jim. Bruce deserves more than a chair. Kenny's last stand. Damn it, Jim. Stop being so drunk. Bruce, are you a Mason? No, I'm not a Mason. Hologram. Yeah, India gonna print for that stock. Youch. I tried to get on trivia, but I had to grab absorbent food and water. Don't be fooled. The manufacturer dip. We're going to be in trouble. 172.15 on GameStop, down $1.44. Nothing to worry about here. OCGN is the stock to watch. Don't forget to smash the like button for Bruce. The big question is, are you doing it again this Friday? I want to play. I suspect there's another one happening this Friday again. I think so. I was one of them, says Texas. The first rule about Fridays, you don't talk about Friday. Free Tony, Uncle Bruce, like Woody Woodpecker, instigator. Oh, man, laughing out loud. Splair, I would like to know if on the cruise ship that contest goes on, but then many of us cash out in $10 notes and then let it rain in front of Bruce, and Bruce will have to count who throws more. But wait, it looks like you have a new chair. No, I don't have a new chair. I have a story about the chair, though. No regrets. That line will live forever. Bruce, stock markets, any thoughts on people trading purely on technical analysis? Lots of thoughts. Talked about that a minute ago. We'll talk about it again. I can neither confirm nor deny it. May not happen again this Friday. It might not, but probably it will. Bid on. I'll see that $5 a share. It was insanity. Friday was one for the ages. And so if you get a chance to watch the last hour Friday show, you'll see what we were talking about. It was crazy times, lots of laughs, lots of good times. GameStop 173.53. It dipped down to 172.15, and the volume is 443,000 shares. There's nothing going on, kids. Nothing to see here, nothing to worry about here. The kind of news coming out of GameStop is just the tip of the iceberg of what you're going to witness going forward. But don't look for any Wall Street analysts to give you this information. They're not going to tell you any of this stuff because they don't care. They have the hate on for this stock, and they're not going to let a little bit of good news get in the way of a good downgrade story. Remember, there are analysts out there who are saying this stock's a $10 stock, this stock's a $15 stock, this stock's a $29 stock. In my humble little opinion, just paying off $216 million of debt with cash that was 10% in cost, $21 million in savings per year of interest charges, that's 30 odd cents a share right there. To me, at 100 times earnings, these guys should at least be trading at least. That's $30 a share on the open market per share. So that's higher than any analyst has ranked this stock. Now, to be fair, these analysts ranked the stock when they did have the debt. So let's give them kudos. I don't want to slam a guy. They have now got time. They now have time to change their analytical ratings. Let's see what any of them do about any of this stuff. Keep in mind, they've also raised $551 million of fresh capital last week to add to what they still have left over. They have $900+ million. They might even have $1 billion in the bank right now, in cash, in their hand, $1 billion. You divide that into 73 million shares outstanding, and you come up with approximately $12 to $14 a share in cash per share. Cash per share. In other words, there's an analyst out there who says the company's worth $10. That's the target price for the stock, $10 a share. These guys have 12 to 14 billion cash in the bank right now per share. So this analyst has every opportunity now to revise their statement, to revise their guess, to revise their outlook on the company, to reflect on the fact there's about $1 billion cash in their bank account. There's no long-term debt. They just eliminated a $21 million annual expense from the bottom line. The company's first quarter looking way better than last year's first quarter. It looks like over $2 billion in sales in the first quarter, over $2 billion in sales in the fourth quarter they just had. So in the last 6 months, they've done over $4 billion in sales. The last year was $5.5 billion for the whole year. In the last 6 months, it's $4 billion. So they're on pace for an $8 to $9 billion year sales run. Could be the best year in sales in 5 years. It'll be interesting to see if any of these analysts come up with a revision. They have every opportunity to make a revision to show you as retail investors that these people know what they're doing. They're on top of the story, and that they're going to give kudos where kudos are deserved to be given, that this company has turned it around. They are cash rich, debt poor, flowing more cash, reducing costs, building up fulfillment centers, bringing in the right kind of management. Maybe an analyst or 2 or 3 might jump on board this company and go, okay, all right, I will give them kudos, but I won't give them a $175 price target. But I will give them kudos, and I will give them a price target of $75 a share, or $65 a share, or $95 a share, or $100 a share. I will at least come out with something as something reasonable, as opposed to something completely asinine like a $10 price target. I won't be one of those guys. It's a start. It's a start. But I'm kind of curious to see, where's the analyst out there that's going to say, you know what, this GameStop, forget about this GameStop being a basket case and being a blockbuster, a turnaround company. No. This company is becoming an e-commerce company. And this company will be worth at least as much as Chewy is worth, at least as much. It's the same guy that's running this company that created Chewy in the first place. This guy will take GameStop to at least a level of Chewiness. Well, what's Chewy worth is the question everybody wants to know. Well, I can tell you that the Chewy stock is trading somewhere in that, what is it, at $80 level or something like that. Chewy is Where is it? I'm looking for a quick quote. You think I could find a quick quote on Chewy? Can never find it. Chewy. Chewy. Here we go. It's trading at $80 a share. But the market cap of Chewy is $33 billion. So $33 billion market cap for Chewy. And GameStop has a market cap right now of, what is that now? Of $12.2 billion. So not quite triple, but, not quite. But let's say we were to almost triple GameStop. That would put it at $510 a share. Let's make it $475 to be on the conservative side. GameStop right now should be trading at $475 a share if the company were to be capitalized at the same value that Chewy is capitalized at right now. That's step number one. So I'm looking for an analyst to come out to say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I believe that this company will equal the value of Chewy within a year. It'll take a year, but they will eventually be market capped at the same value that Chewy is right now today. And by my calculations, that should put the GameStop shares at $475 a share. There's only 73 million in existence. They just issued 3.5 million shares and brought in 551 million. There's only 73 odd out there. Chewy has 400 something million out there, and they're valued at 33 billion. I think in a year, Chewy will go up and will be valued at over $100 billion as a market cap company. It's not expecting the stock to do much, by the way. If the stock goes to 90, 95 a share, it's at 80 now. That would be a $40 billion value, a $90 billion to $100 billion market cap value for Chewy. $100 million market cap for GameStop, divided into 70 some odd million shares. This is substantial value for this company. Substantial. That is, that's 8 times as much as they're trading at right now. I mean, I just keep going, what? Really? I mean, really? Is it that? Could it be that high? Yeah, it could be that high. It could be that high. Just based on numbers and fundamentals. I'm not trying to talk about a short squeeze. I'm not talking about a gamma squeeze. I'm not talking about auctions going crazy. I'm not talking about failure to deliver. I'm not talking about all those other theoretical things that we're all hoping for the big score on. I'm just looking at fundamentals of GameStop. This company is changing dramatically quickly. A 700,000 square foot fulfillment center in York, Pennsylvania today, announcing that's a change. That was an easy change.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy. That's going to transform this company again. That should catch the attention of some analysts. I'm kind of wondering, why is it that there are only about 6 analysts that have actually made an estimate on the stock. There's something like only 5 or 6 that have actually only talked. There's only 6 ratings that are out there. 6 ratings exist on GameStop. Where are all these analysts that are supposed to be following the most actively traded stocks out there that trade all over the place? Why is it that there are only 6 analysts that talk about this company's stock and not 16 or 26? It's the most talked about stock on the stock market since January of this year. It is the most heavily traded stock in Europe. It is one of the most actively traded and most covered stocks in all of the United States. And yet there are only 6 analysts that actually cover this stock in any way, shape, or form. We're right now 171.25, by the way. We're down $2 a share. Why is that? Why aren't there another 10 analysts talking about this stock? I don't know. It's one of the most talked about stocks on Reddit, Wall Street Bets. There are YouTube channels all over the place like me and others who talk GameStop all the time. Why aren't there analysts talking about it? These guys are in the know. These are professionals who can look at the company's fundamentals, can do some digging, some due diligence. They have all the assets and all of the power of information at their disposal. Most of these guys are employed by investment bankers that can easily come up with a report in a day or two, 2 or 3 page report. Why are there only six analytical reports on GameStop from 6 companies? It's a mystery, man. It just shows you. It shows me. I don't know about you, but it sure shows me as a guy who tries to watch this market in a plain English kind of way. It shows me that this stock is an orphaned stock. It's an orphaned company. What does that mean? It means that no investment bank out there, or a number of investment banks, none of them want the business of this company. They don't actually want to deal with these guys. They don't want to be raising money for them. They don't want to be their market maker. They don't want to be their financial advisors. They don't want to be involved in a secondary financing. They're not contacting them to talk about their future game plan of what they're up to and to advise them to act as a consultant. Doesn't seem to be interested. To me, I'm old school, and I'm thinking to myself, opportunity knocks. If I were Goldman Sachs, I'd be putting an analyst or at least one of my investment bankers on these guys. I'd be flying someone down to Grapevine, Texas, or I would arrange maybe a private Zoom call session between somebody over there, and maybe what it is, it could be an innocent explanation. And I don't want to be Mr. Conspiracy Theory here, but it could be a very innocent explanation, and it's simply this: nothing is going to happen between Wall Street as a whole and GameStop with regards to communication and discussions and everything else until June the 10th, right? That would be 38 days from now. And why would I say that? Why would I say 38 days from now is when it could all change completely? And that's simply because on the 9th of June, the company has its annual meeting. And in the annual meeting, the shareholders are going to vote changes for new boards of directors, a new chairman of the board. You know who that is, Mr. Ryan Cohen. They're going to vote in the financials, and they're going to support management in the slate of motions being brought to the shareholders. So that on June the 10th, the day after, Mr. Cohen is now the boss. He is the big cheese. He's the head honcho of the whole enchilada here. And they should have had a CEO in place by then. And the CEO now will be taking marching orders directly from Mr. Ryan Cohen, the chairman of the board. And it'll be more of a collaboration than a one over the other. But I'm sure it'll be a very interesting thing. And I believe that going forward, after the 10th of March, or after the 10th of June, the 10th of June, the whole communication structure changes at GameStop now. And all of a sudden, Wall Street will be more than welcome to contact the company, because it'll be someone on the other end of the line to talk to in authority, with authority, to make moves and changes, and to listen to thoughts and ideas, and to exchange thoughts and ideas. This whole company is going to be completely transformed in 30-something days from now. We just have to wait out the annual meeting, which is June the 9th, and this is May the 3rd. So we got to hang on until June 9, June 10, and I think everything changes. And I think this is going to be a most interesting year, to say the least. A most interesting summer. Nanette, thank you for this super sticker. I appreciate your support of my channel. Yeah, we've got changes coming, guys. Major changes coming, and do not be surprised of what's about to happen. And a lot of what's going to happen, I think, will be behind the scenes that we won't necessarily see. In other words, where Wall Street players, major investment bankers, are going to talk to this company, because they're going to realize there's money to be made here. We could make money with these guys. These guys are transforming their company into an e-commerce platform company. They've got this sales thing going already. They got 50+ million members of their Power Up Club. I mean, they're already rolling. We can take them to another level, and we should be the investment banker of choice for this company. Right now, it's Jefferies and Company. Well, maybe Goldman Sachs wants it. Maybe JP Morgan wants it. Maybe Bank of America wants it. Maybe someone else wants it. Someone might get the idea that, you know what, we're a much larger player than Jefferies. And these guys truly want to go in a global sense, e-commerce in a global sense. And they really, as far as we think, should take over a couple of companies out there. And they should consolidate them inside their universe. And we're going to help them do that. And we're going to help them raise the money. We're going to help them with the negotiations. We're going to help convince the target that they're after you want to become part of GameStop. And you become part of GameStop, you become part of our universe. And we at this large company with global offices all over the place, we can fund you guys up to the wazoo with the monies that you need and help you with all kinds of contacts. There is going to be some serious changes coming here. And maybe it is June the 10th. Maybe that's the day. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. It is now 7:04 my time. That's 10:04 Eastern. We've been open 34 minutes. The Dow is up 264 points. That's holding a pretty good gain. The S&P 500 is up 20 points, and the NASDAQ is up 30 points. So the three big markets in the USA are doing just fine, and they're all up nicely. GameStop 172.18. It was as low as 171. What was that? 171.12. It's had a bit of a down dip. The volume 656,000. Nothing to get worried about here. To me, the stock news coming out on GameStop is exactly what you want to hear. It's exactly what you want to know. This just confirms everything we've been talking about regarding so much is happening here. It'll be a most interesting thing. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Don Russell is saying, posted on Uncle Bruce Facebook, the possibility of Max Hodok as a new CEO. He is young. Elon is a fan, obviously very intelligent, quietly left Neuralink recently. Among other things, he is a software designer. It's possible. Broker, I bet you that Kramer at one point listened to Uncle Bruce because Kramer's narrative matched Uncle Bruce's narrative. GameStop is making skeptics believers. You've got to be nuts to trash talk Ryan Cohen. What else is going on here? Aaron is saying Bama Babe, probably, but the real. What is that they do about it to go action thing about Friday? I have no idea what that means. Let's see here. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Love to hear your thoughts. If you're hearing any news or rumors about what's going on, let me know. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Here we go. Let's compare premium pet food market with the GameStop, with Game Market. Premium pet food market open to Chewy has $7 billion in sales for 2020. The American video game and hardware sales was at $74 billion for 2020. Yes, it's a bigger business. No question about that. And I agree. And if GameStop managed property could easily be worth 5 times Chewy, I wouldn't be surprised at that. The long-term effect is GameStop will be a more valuable company than Chewy. It'll be a larger company than Chewy. It's going global, not national. And it's not in pet food. It's gaming, which is wide open. There are 2.3 or 2.4 billion gamers in the world that GameStop can sell to, theoretically, and get a 10% slice of the market. You have 240 million customers as opposed to 50 million card holders now of the Power Up Club. That's a 5-fold increase, 500% increase in business possibilities globally. You're not after the gamers that are unemployed and can't afford the gaming systems. You're after the gamers who are fully employed that are looking for gaming systems and games and accessories and chairs. I got a chair story for you. Just so you know, those of you out there, you're all curious about what happened here. Lots to talk to you about. Let's take a look here. Yep. Max Hodok is the founder and chief technical officer of Transcriptic. Max was inspired to form the company after working as a research assistant at Duke University Medical Center. Very interesting stuff where he built brain-machine interfaces for monkeys. Interesting. What else is going here? Comments coming in here. People getting excited. Oh boy, we might go green. 173.05, down only 54 cents on GameStop. Very interesting. Let's see. Leon, Uncle Bruce, my 1-year-old and I caught the stomach flu. She's got her blankie, and I got you for financial comfort today. Hang in there, Leon. Both of you guys. And let's see what's going on. Let's see. Thomas, what bank acknowledging that all the banks are wrapped up in the synthetic share mess would touch GameStop right now? GameStop is gearing up to be the next overstock short selling showdown. Interesting. News, GameStop plans the largest fulfillment center to speed online orders. 700,000 square foot center in York, PA. We talked about this. Absolutely. That number of gamers grows substantially if and when you include mobile gamers, and the gaming culture grows over time. Emlyn Allen has become a member of this channel. Welcome, Emlyn Allen. Nice to have you here. I love your last name, Allen. I had a very good buddy of mine when I was about 16, 17 years old, whose last name was Allen. And I've lost touch with him. I have no idea where that man is. And I hope he's alive and well. And if he's out there, Rich, if you're out there, I hope you're doing okay. And boy, would it ever be great to touch base with you again. Greetings from me to your family, wherever all your family is. The Allens out there, wherever you folks are, hello to the Allens. And thank you all for being here. If anyone knows what the Allens are, let me know. Of course, I can't even tell you how the Allen last name was spelled properly. I couldn't even tell you that. But boy, have I lost touch with somebody. Would sure love to talk to someone again. Anyway, time goes by. What can I say? Thank you, everybody, for being here and popping in to see me. Appreciate this. And CNBC just posted a disclaimer that Cramer's comments are his own, not the opinion of the company. I take it they don't like Jim talking. They do that all the time with Jim Cramer. All the time. Jim Cramer and any thoughts are his own thoughts, because he is, he was in the money management business. He is indirectly involved in hedge funds with Stephanie Link. She's worked with him for years and years and years. And so anything is his opinion, and that's all fine. Welcome, Evelyn. Everyone's welcoming her in. A bit over 2 billion gamers on Earth. Hell, I downloaded classic games on stream this weekend. First time in gaming in 8 years. Good morning, Evelyn. Nice to have you here. That would be crazy if she was Rich's wife. That would be crazy. Bill, VR is coming big time. Some smart person will open a VR center, replace theaters. Virtual reality gaming is the next area, and the accessories that will be available and will be needed for VR will be massively valuable, massively lucrative. GameStop will be right in the middle of that. Absolutely. Yes, I want to go back to gamers like Pac-Man, and for us old people, right on. I hear you there, Ona. Interesting stuff. 172.35 on the stock, 172.42 down $1.17 right now on GameStop shares. There you have it, folks. Lots going on here. Lots to talk about, lots to watch, lots to follow. Yes, the search for the CEO is on. The speculation continues to grow and build. And who will it be? And will that person be of a reputation that could really rocket this market, the stock for GameStop? It is possible. We are rather curious to see what's going to happen there for sure. Yes, VR movie theaters that play new movies. Let's do it. Well, hope for that. I don't know if it'll be coming fast enough for the industry, but hopefully it'll happen. But for home use, virtual reality at home, for gaming, for movies, for combination of the two, and the kind of hardware you're going to need to handle it. GameStop will be involved in that. I think so. Really going to be something incredible. Hey, hit the like button. It helps Bruce and us. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. I've never tried it, says Bill. Thank you, Larry Pitts. And appreciate you making a donation to me through PayPal. Old gamers never die. They just reboot into virtual reality. There you go. Yes. Remember Star Trek? They used to have those virtual reality rooms for their crew to kill time. I just see it where your favorite movies, you will be into the virtual reality within weeks of a favorite movie coming out, brand new favorite movie. Of course, classics will come out and be redone. Absolutely endless. So much you'll be able to do. We've only just begun. I think a VR cruise for the GameStop to raise money and offer something sort of fun for their investors would be a great way to raise money. Sort of those Tesla flamethrowers for Tesla liqueur. Oh man, Sitting Bull, exactly. So true, Sitting Bull. Holodeck, the holodeck. You're going to have your own at-home holodeck from the comfort of your couch or in your rec room. And you are going to be in your own holodeck scenario using GameStop purchased or acquired hardware. Do not put it past them. There is still a lot to be made off the addiction that is Minecraft. True, Irish VR is amazing. It doesn't matter if you're a realistic world or a cartoon. Your brain will trick into actually thinking you're there. It's really quite something. Bill, VR, there will be a home version in the high-tech version at VR centers. I bet you. Scott Coleman, I have enough for 2 more shares, just not at this price. Bring on the dip. There you go, Scott. Wait, watch it. Keep your eye on it, buddy. Good to have you here today. Nice to see you today. And thank you for following us and all your support of this channel, buddy. Jen says hi. I say hi. And I hope you are doing well in the UK. Jen is up. She's alive and well. She's moving. Tea is being produced. Water has been put into her tea, into her pot to heat up water for tea. She is up and moving. The world is moving up here. Waking up. Not really a Star Trek person, but I like the one where they holodeck into the 50s. Detectives laugh out loud. They did all kinds of those shows. Irish Cowboy VR tricks my brain into puking. William, don't worry, Scott. I just bought more. Dip will come in the next 2 minutes. I just bought some. It's going to come down right now. Scott, sell that suit for the money. Aaron, I have a friend who says the same thing, Bruce. William Raptor, Waffle Raptor, the film noir one. Yeah, that was fun. Miss Sony's Star Wars game before they nerfed it. Facebook bought a VR company. Interesting. Did you have any comments on covered call ETFs? Do you have any comments on that? Just to say it's doable, and it's a very conservative way to play the market. It's a way to enhance revenue from an ETF. You hold an ETF and perhaps 10% ahead of the price of the ETF, or 12% or 15%. You might write call options that might be good for a month or 5 weeks or 4 weeks or 3 weeks or 6 weeks, something like that. You bring in premium and enjoy that, and hopefully the contracts die worthless, which they likely will. And then you write a new series every 4 to 6 weeks. You keep writing a new series of contracts and enhancing your revenue. You can do that with stock too. You better leave Jen alone. Give her time to wake up. Aaron bought 20 more today on the morning dip to take me to 195. It's my birthday tomorrow. So I'm thinking I'll buy the last 5 then, or maybe 105 or something like that. Right on. Beam me up, Brucey. Oh my, no cat. Good morning, Jen from John Anderson. Waffle Aaron, Pauling. That was a good one. I think sell-offs will get GameStop into the 160s. We're at 173.36, only down 23 cents right now. Not sure about that. Cody, everyone I know is Cape crap. Everyone grabbing my SPAC spiked right when I wanted more. Yes, fifth wheel now at 1101. Fifth wall at 1101 now. 15 cents. NAV side up a penny. IPOE unchanged. Gore down 11. Virgin down a penny. Starboard down a penny. Fortress up 4 cents. That's what we got right now. The Dow right now up 262 points. Holding a nice gain today. No problem there. David, a covered call. One example is QYLD. Derek, does anyone have a spare million sitting around? I can retire now with IBM dividends if I invest $1 million. Colin, but why male models? But why male models? I don't know what that point is about. Can I have my
No.
thing? It's right over there. But why? I don't know what that means. We could use a bagel. I hear you there, Lando Butter. Oh, thank you. I got my thank you, Jen. Got my my chapstick. Keep my lips nice and moist. Oh yes, yes.
Gotta be kissable.
Gotta be kissable, she says. Well, some of us have it hard. It's not easy. Oh, have you seen the new? There's a new photo of us that's been released. Yeah, they were. People were out. They spotted us. We were at a photo shoot this weekend. Jen and I were at a photo shoot this weekend, and we had some publicity shots made up. And well, let me show you. We were out and about, and somebody said, "This is what that Bruce and Jen. This is what they're going to look like in the near future. This is just around the corner." Here we go. Here's their shot right there. You can see the two of them standing there, saying hi to the world. We got them.
Where's your camera?
Yeah, you can come right over here. You can see it right over here. There you go. There's Bruce and Jen right there. And
Looking
Jen looking
good,
hot as
Bruce.
always, of course, right in front of the bagel shop here,
Nice.
and opening soon. And there's the Tesla
There's the
just
Tesla.
behind him, you know. And boy, I'm one happy looking guy. You can see how proud I am with Jen. I mean, why wouldn't a guy like me be pretty proud of himself, having a hot wife like Jen at his side at all times? Hi, Jen.
I don't know why I'm standing like that.
Well, you know, they always say, give us some leg, give us some
Give
leg.
us
You know,
some
you got
leg.
those legs, you
You
know.
gotta-
And why not? You
Yeah.
got the hair, you got the legs, you got the smile,
Yeah,
you got the
gotta-
personality, you got the brains. And I'm there. I'm the happiest guy in the world. I'm like the trophy husband. I mean, you know,
what do they say in the producers? If you got it,
flaunt it.
flaunt it.
If you got it, you flaunt it. There we are. There's the new Bruce and Jen
There we
publicity shots that everyone is working
Just
on.
to show that we're surviving
We're-
COVID okay.
We're surviving COVID okay. We're getting by, and we're moving on. Normally they catch us out here out in the town like that, you know, or they catch us over here. Just, you know, 'cause we're used to this. I mean, we are used to being photographed all the time. We are, you know, so in demand all the time, and with this channel heating up, you know, it's just nonstop. Catch Bruce, show off that Tesla, and show off that bagel shop, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We're kind of excited about that, and we were happy to do the photo shoot. And it's always a good time. Anyway, they're living the dream. That's right, Javier.
That's right. Another
Legs.
day in paradise.
Free Thinker says legs. Manta Brad Pitt has nothing on you, Uncle Bruce. That's right. That's right. I'm wondering what inch Bruce's heels are in that picture because he's so tall looking. Are you just standing on a chair or something like that, Bruce? What's you're Ona? You're standing like that because you're beautiful. Nice color of blue, says Broker. Free Thinker loves this one. He loves that photo. Mr. Stonk, Bruce have a Tesla now. Pulp Fiction Bruce. Hi, Jen from Adventures. Living the dream. Everyone's going, Bruce, you're safe from the kisses as long as you stay on camera. That's true.
That's right.
As long as I stay on camera, she won't come over here, you know. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Yeah, people are dying, going nice. They talked about Friday afternoon here. Friday afternoon kind of came up in the discussions. And some people said, rule number 1, don't talk about Friday afternoons. Rule number 2, do not talk about Friday afternoons. What happened on Friday stays on Friday. There you go. By the way, just for you know, Jennifer Aniston's 5 feet 5 inches tall, according to the Googles. Uncle Bruce is indeed Bruce Wayne.
Hollywood lies about that sort of
That's
thing
true.
all the time.
It's all exaggerated. Thanks for sharing the pic there, Bruce. Standing on the phone booth. Bruce has adjustable legs. Bruce leaves his Tesla in ludicrous mode. Adventures of Duncan book. Waffle bloop boop. Oh, how funny, says
Maybe
Ona.
you have like go-go gadget legs and you can make them longer.
Maybe I got that. Hey, you know, what is Bruce capable of? Anything. He's Bruce capable of anything. You just never know what Bruce is capable of. Jen and I, we're just. What can I say? The darling of Hollywood is Jen. The darling of Hollywood. They can't get enough of her, and she drags me along sometimes and says, "Hey, it's Sunday. Come with me." And stand in front of these cameras, and there we go. What can I say? Yeah, Colin's hair is 5 foot 5 inches tall, according to Google. Colin's hair. I think Colin has a big afro look here on this channel. That's why they're talking about Colin. I don't know. Colin Danger, a go-go gadget haircut. Wally's World is going, whoa, what's happening? We're having fun. Anyway, your tea. I'm hungry. Your water's done for tea. You got to make your tea. I got to get a bagel. Oh, I would love a bagel today. What do I want on my bagel today? That's the question.
Sesame seed bagel?
Well, I was thinking that. Do we still have one of those everything bagels left?
So.
I thought maybe I'd have one of those with maybe egg and a sliced cheese on it. You know, some scrambled egg and sliced cheese with some dipping ketchup.
With some
Dipping stuff like ketchup on the side. We'll do that today and see how that works out. Oh, man, so much fun. Waiter, I'll have a Bruce's Bagel with jelly and a Tesla on the side. Larry, good morning, Bruce. Apple Valley, California. It's late to the party, but have a great day. Thank you, buddy. Mother of Bump Bell, Go-Go Gadgets. That's ludicrous. Ona, good morning, Ron. Observe, Ron. Howdy doody there, Ron Whipple. Bagels, Maverick, that's right. It's bagel time here on the channel. Down 33 cents on GameStop to 173.26. So we've come back from 171.12. So almost up a couple of bucks from the low of the day. Volume very light on GameStop. It's 839,000 shares. AMC at 997 is trying to get back to 10. Down still 996 now, down 6 cents. It's been trying to come back on 9.6 million. It's just running into a lot of paper right now. Microvision, unfortunately, down another $1.10 to $14.15. Just cannot mount a comeback. Too many people in at too high a price, and it's rough right now. It's rough. What can I say? We've got the markets now. Let's take a look here. The Dow up 262. S&P up 23 points. NASDAQ up 60. GameStop at 173.91, up 32 cents on the day. GameStop has turned positive just now, with only down a couple of dollars, about $2.50 from here. 174.28 just went through 174 like hot knife through soft butter. How about that? We're moving up. The volume is low. That's true. Bruce, you should get some everything bagel seasoning. What's that? Do you get to keep any of the money when you make a living in California or in Canada? EGG on everything and ketchup. What's going on? Bagel. The volume is so low. Bagels. I was born in Apple Valley, California, says Broker. Moving on up. Still, that's because we are holding. When will Bruce become a Mortal Kombat character? I want to spam bagel throws. I've eaten apples in California. Aaron, if any apes want to buy me a birthday present for tomorrow, I think you know what to get me. On a completely separate note, not related at all. Bruce, is it legal to buy shares for strangers? I have no idea how you do that. I don't know how that's done. GameStop 174.28, 174.44 now. Oh my God, we're in the green. I still don't see how the price can drop with barely any volume on GameStop. Cruise lines are all up today. Heavy volume. I'm thinking a positive reaction to ports giving cruise vaccines. Go, GameStop, says Hologram. Wally, to the east side. We're moving on up to the east side. There it is. 174.38, 174.04. We're up a little bit on the day. The volume is still very light on GameStop. Volume now, 880,000 shares. And we're just not doing much. But we have gone to the plus side of the equation at this point, with the Dow up 282. Going up again on the Dow. That's a good sign as well. But we're not getting much help from elsewhere because I think everyone else is on a holiday today. So America and Canada are kind of on their own. From what I understand, although European stocks were up, I think it was just a bank holiday. Is Lancaster an upgrade from Apple Valley? That's a nice area out there. Aaron, Milan Vega, happy birthday, fellow Taurus. Well, I thought they would have got it down lower, but I was wrong. Guess I'll have to average up. To moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment. We finally got a piece of the pie. Yay, second shot of Moderna complete. So I bought some more VGAC to celebrate my daily buy of GameStop. I'm late. It's going up to. I hear the magic microwave in the sky or on the moon. I hear the microwave going. They say, Bruce, any further opinion on MUDs, aka Tops? I really like this SPAC, up over 50% of my investment so far. I haven't heard anything new. That's going to be quiet for a while because obviously the deal has to be done. It's a SPAC taking on the Tops playing card company. It's going to take 3 months. And we only heard about it 2-3 weeks ago. So we're not going to hear much in the next couple of months. Sarah, UK is on a bank holiday right now. Blair, in the sky. VGAC from Daniel. Aaron, thank you. Now I know why I'm so bullish. Taurus's unite. There you go. 174.03 on GameStop. The Dow up 271. Waffle. Every time I hear that beep, I think it's coming from somewhere in my place. I look around like an idiot every time. Is that happening in my house? Where's that coming from? Aaron, Milan, Vega, right. Go Bulls. That's right. Go Bulls. Taurus Bulls. 174.11, up 52 cents on GameStop. 2 announcements today. The debt has been paid off, and a 700,000 square foot fulfillment center has now been acquired in York, Pennsylvania, between Washington, Baltimore, Philly, Pittsburgh, New York. Is this fulfillment center to handle Northeast deliveries on e-commerce for GameStop. They are expanding their e-commerce division This is an aggressive move. Get ready, guys. The beep is coming from inside the house. Sal, laugh out loud, Waffle. I just went to check the dishwasher. It's okay here. KC, Bruce, what dividend stocks do you recommend? I like IBM. I like it a lot. IBM at 4.5% yield right now. Nice return on your money. If you hold on to Apple long enough, you'll start getting a yield eventually. But right now, Apple is pouring a lot of their money into stock buybacks. So you get a little bit of a dividend, but you get most of your gain on stock upside over the long haul. AT&T, that would be a dividend one to look at. 6+% yield on AT&T. The stock might not be all that sexy, but the dividend is pretty good. That beep is Colin's Clippers trying to find him. Kirk, any thoughts on Verizon selling Yahoo and AOL for $5 billion? Well, this is the continual, the asset being moved to another player that maybe they can do something with it. Yahoo kind of had a run for a bit and then got sold off, and now it's being sold off again, and it's got to find a home where it can really go with something. I don't know. I as you can tell, Kirk, I haven't got any thoughts on this. Haunting my dreams, says Colin. These noises. Hey, Uncle B, are you still able to go out in public with your high-profile celebrity status, or are you just absolutely mugged by paparazzi? Now, Jesse, you welcome to my life. Welcome to my life, Jesse. The good news for Jennifer and I here is that by spiriting Jennifer away from Hollywood and having her here, where it's a quiet place, the neighbors are very respectful. The outside world really doesn't know. We kind of hang out here, and so it's generally all right. We don't leave the house very often, and so the paparazzi, they get bored. They don't have fancy hotels to stay at around here. It's just Creston, British Columbia. It's just Creston. The U.S. guys can't come in here, obviously, because of the border. So it works really well in that regard. But we know that when Jen and I start doing these meet and greets that we're talking to you about, and we talk about doing a group cruise together, can you imagine how many people are going to want to be on a group cruise with all of us from this channel and my other channel traveling with Bruce? I mean, the insatiable demand for cabins will be just out of this world. There'll be paparazzi waiting at every port, I'm sure. We're going to have some fun here. Home Depot is a good dividend, too. There you go. Larry, I grew up on Ocotillo Way in Alpa Valley. You know where that is. There you go. And then Apple pays a good dividend. Well, it's a dividend. Adventures of Laughing. AT&T, I'm looking to quite a lot. Is it doing very good? And Warner Brothers is part of them too, because the Warner Brothers gaming company is with a very great game on its way to new gen. Specular, I don't know what to say on that. Colin, wait till the border opens again. Poor Bruce and Jen. Yeah, the Americans coming up here to gawk at us. That's probably going to happen. Matt, of course, when the border opens, we go south. You see, that's when we travel. So, they'll come here wondering, where are we? And we're not here. See, funny how that works. SMH has been trending sideways for the past 2.5 months. Any chances ETF has cooled off going forward? No chance. No chance. It's going to go much higher. Much, much higher. So this is your chance to get in. Chance to get in now before it really goes. Let's call this a dip. I figured out Bruce actually kidnapped Jen and took her to Canada. There you go. Can't wait to meet Uncle Bruce and Jen, says KW. Bruce, we need our own cruise line. Brucey Cruisey. Actually, Gord's is below my cost average. Should I buy more? I'll be right back. I got to get more. Neo is up 3%. Krista, AOL bought a company, a fan member was in 2000. They got out as a bubble burst. Time Warner then bought AOL. I'm not impressed. Well, like I say, timing is everything, isn't it? And times have changed a lot since those AOL days. Did you ever watch You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan? I mean, has the world changed since they made that movie? They were online with the phone connection. I mean, have things changed? Oh my God. Yeah, that was AOL's big promotion, I guess, back then. They were using AOL. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce going worldwide here on the Monday. I hope you're having a good day today, and I hope you're enjoying the show. We're just hanging out, talking about everything that's going on out there. I'm getting ready for some bagels. It's bagel time every morning around this time because of the lovely Jen. She helps me out, keeps me fed. We're down to $9.93 on AMC. Unfortunately, down 10 cents a share right now. Microvision down $1.37 to $13.88. That is unfortunate. GameStop, they're just hanging around the flat line. 173.53, down 6 cents. The stock's just kind of hanging around. Even though they've made some announcements today, the shares just aren't doing all that much. What can I say? Let's see. What can you do that on Carnival being long? Oh, that stock since pandemic started. I doubt that we would have a group cruise on a Carnival ship. I don't think so. I think that the kind of activities that we're going to want to have and the kind of fun we're going to have is on a ship where we have fewer children rather than more children. And so I don't want to be on a cruise line with a whole bunch of young kids. I would really rather be on a cruise line where it's a little more adult oriented, a little more sophisticated, and more of that space on all the decks for adults to enjoy rather than for, with children's zones and so on. That's my thinking. So I'm thinking a little more maybe like Celebrity. I'm thinking maybe Holland America. Maybe we go on another line. I will have to decide that. We'll figure that out when the time comes. I definitely want to be on a larger ship too. We're kind of thinking that direction. We did want to go on a cruise. We were supposed to go on a cruise on the Harmony of the Seas. Not necessarily an adult-only ship, but definitely a big one. That all fell through because of the virus. We'll see what happens. We'll figure it out. The time will come where we will announce a group cruise and give you guys the word, and let's see if we can put something together. I can't wait. What else is going on? Why do you think the volume's so low on GameStop? Holidays in Asia, partial holidays in Europe. It's just a Monday. It's quiet. I'll pass on Carnival. Let's see. Celebrity, maybe? Yeah. Naughty Cruise. Viking Cruise across the pond. Oh, my gosh. That would be kind of fun to have a cruise on a Viking cruise ship. Maybe you're in Mediterranean cruise or something like that. Oh, my. A nude cruise. That ain't going to happen. No, I like looking at Jennifer in the nude. And I don't want to share it. Sorry. You're going to have to fantasize about that. I don't think we have any adults in the chat. Low volume on GameStop cause we own all the stock. We own it all. My kids are growing no more of that. Norwegian, maybe Norwegian. Do cruises have planks? It all depends on your behavior. Let's see. We need a play area for adult children here. Pinball, Pac-Man stations could be standard. I just love how Jen chimes in from the back. That's what she does. The word is the bird. No Disney cruises. Oh no. Too many kids. MSC. That's not a big fan. Just want to make money and cruise. No kids. Speaking my language. I'm thinking maybe Norwegian cruise, but we would be in the upper the Haven Club on Norwegian. We'd be up there. That would be all adult. That would be kind of nice. Here we go. Here we go, Jen. Oh,
now, it's
thank
a sesame bagel.
Yeah.
Ask me why.
No, I don't have to ask you why. But it's okay. Thank you, Jen. Fabulous. Love it. I love the sesame bagel with the egg and the dip in ketchup. Oh, you gotta love that. Fabulous. Where's the GameStop at? 173.88, down 29 cents. So we hope that today the bagel magic will kick in. If I eat a bagel on the air, that the GameStop shares will go up in value as I eat the bagel. That seems to be, that seems to have been a pattern in past times. 173.88, up 29 cents. So, hopefully we'll get a little shot here and get this thing going. Thank you, Jen, for this, everything, Jen. Beautiful. Love it. Yes, indeed, kids. We're having fun here at the OK Corral. Loving life and following the markets. The Dow is up 310 points. There's no question there's an assist coming from the big markets today for all the stocks. The S&P is up 22.9 and NASDAQ up 38. Oil is up 67 cents. GameStop now 173.91, up just about 32 cents. Cheers, all of you guys. I got my scrambled egg on my bagel with some cheese on it and some dip and ketchup. We're gonna love it. No kids speaking my language, laughing out loud. We can still get a water slide though. Oh yes, we can. Oh yes, we can. See, if we go on a crystal, if we go on a celebrity cruise, we could still go to Coco Key. You go to Hall America. I'm in Royal Caribbean. Go to Coco Key. That's definitely a nice little spot. But there are kids there. But still, it would be roomy. We'll have to see how this all plays out. Celebrity, says P. Longstock. Nice, says Adventures. Jen is the best. Yum. That's a beautiful bagel. It's a beauty. That bagel's a beauty. Love me some egg bagel. I want to know, why is it a sesame seed bagel? The other ones became a little too dry and had to be let go. They're a little too old, and so these are the fresh ones, and so we're into the fresh bagel. Here we go. Oh yeah. Woohoo! You gotta love a bagel, baby. You gotta love it. Derek. Okay, I guess Grandma will have to stay home and watch the kids. Thanks, Bruce. You made my kids cry. I have kids, but no kids thing. This sounds pretty good. Barry, how did you like Norwegian cruises, especially during 93, 96? I didn't cruise in 93, 96 on Norwegian. Remy for now. Bagel, rock, bagel. Butter. Bagel, rock, butter. I was looking at throwing 1,000 into the SPAC today. IPOE. What do you think, folks? Is there a favorite? You guys think about that. Steve, GameStop cruise line with arcades, different areas for different consoles and competition. There you go. Mallow, thank you, Mallow. My youngest daughter, Georgina, turned 16 today. I am forever grateful to have a daughter as beautiful and as intelligent as her. We're all grateful for our intelligent daughters, aren't we? And also our sons. Indeed. Oh no, kids. We have become the kids. Yes. Emily Allen, definitely IPOE. Bagel time. Love the quiet. Congrats, Malo. And I would pick IPOE, but VJC is something to consider too. Happy birthday, Georgina. Bagel time. Now I have to go and make a bagel sandwich too. Happy birthday, baby shark. Thanks, guys. Hated Norwegian. Felt like serve yourself. IPOE. All kinds of fun. We're at 174.62. We're going higher. Here we go. Go GameStop. Go GameStop. Friday was a gong show. It was a lot of fun. Happy birthday, Georgina. You've got great parents. Bruce cruise would be my first cruise ever. Never been on anything longer than a booze cruise. Yeah, 1 week cruise would be a lot of fun if it just left Miami, came back to Miami, or if we did a cruise overseas. Did a cruise off of LA down Mexico and back. Oh, we could have some fun. GameStop cruise lines. If it goes up the wave, it plummets down the wave. It goes up the wave. It sails sideways for 2 weeks. Marlo, happy birthday to your daughter. Tell her she isn't allowed on the cruise. Sherman is the new old bagel. Last time I went on vacation out with my kids, I ended up with another after I got back. Oh, boy. Thank you, Bruce. I'm glad the sesame made the cut. It's my fave. Happy Sweet 16, Georgina. David Rowland, it was fun. Thank you all. This is Malo, 173.94 right now. So great. So good. Beautiful. Free thinker. I've only ever gone deep sea commercial fishing for 8 days, so this will be a huge come up for me. Bama Babe, Disney Cruise thought the Bahamas was the best choice that I have ever been on. Best customer service I've ever had. They run a nice line. They really do. The new ship coming out, the Wish, I believe, the new one. It'll be interesting to see how big the adult-only area is on that ship. But Disney, Jen and I would have been perfect for that ship about 20 years ago with our little Jennifer Jr. Did I miss the bagel? No. 174.92. We're going up. Just a heads up. Georgina doesn't go on the cruise. There's going to be a party at her house. Be careful. Oh, man. So jealous. I want to go deep sea fishing. Citadel thinks bagels are undercooked pretzels. Lord, I need this to start taking off. My kids are driving me crazy. 174.53, hopefully 175 around the corner. Let's go, baby. Chillin and Alfred just merged, making the largest by volume cannabis company in the world. There you go. I don't know how I feel about this open ocean. 174.64. $174.89. Right under, just under 175. Oh, so jealous. I wish I were 16 again. 174.60, 174.83, just kind of popping about here. Is there a chance for GameStop to do a stock split? I feel like it would be beneficial from every angle. Young, new investors will be able to get in at a lower price. That's possible. Don't know if it'll happen now, but it's possible. I work 20, 33 hours a day. Not joking at all. After 4 days, you lose your mind. Everything around you can kill you easily. 15 seconds in freezing water before your limbs can't move. Oh, my goodness. My worst fears are water predators and being lost at sea. Well, let's go. Yeah, cruising is a whole lot more less exciting than that. It's pretty good. Yes, I wish I were 16 again and knew what I know now. Oh my. $174.91. Trying to break 175. Come on, GameStop. Oh, baby. Come on. 1 million volume right now. 174.91. I wish it was December 2020 and I knew what I know now. Yeah. Oh, my daily buys executed more VJC lowered my average on GHVI and some more GameStop 174.35. That's why they say youth is wasted on the young. Captain says, if you fall in, it's a recovery mission, not a rescue mission. 174.76 right now. $175.36 through 175 like a hot knife through butter, soft butter. 175.15. Here we go. Deadly sketch. At what point would a company divide to split the stock? That can be any time. It all depends on what the company wants to do. I don't think GameStop will do anything before the annual meeting. Nothing before the annual meeting. But you never know. You never know with GameStop. It could be a split on the stock. If shares hit 300 a share, they could do a 5-for-1. That'll put them back to 60. They could do a 10-for-1 and have them go back to 30. I don't know. Right now, 175, 175.46. We'll see. Go GameStop. John, I don't know the answer to this question. Whether we're going to watch a YouTuber They were talking about overseas not getting their orders filled. Does this mean it's getting close? I don't know what's going on there. Rabbit, I'm back. Had to play catch up. Maine to Nova Scotia. Somebody bought 5,775 shares. John, I think it's because there's a bank holiday over there today. Broke Broker, I wish I was 16. I had the technology the kids had today. I went fishing with George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg once. It didn't end well. Hey, buddy. I was there. It was for Friday. I love the idea of GameStop splitting at 600. I want to split. I'm just grateful to be holding as much as I have somehow managed to obtain. My wishes are few. Going to the moon. I think at this point we just know GameStop is a long-term winner. Interesting. I heard paying off that loan allows them to pay dividends again. It sets up all kinds of freedoms that they have now. All kinds of things they can do without any obligations. Exactly. $175.24. Oh, that bacon was delicious. Delish. 175.60. Bruce, if you were to partake in Friday shenanigans, what would be your libation? Caffeine-free Diet Coke. There it is. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. There you go. They do one of these now. That would be wild. The market would be absolutely wild. Oh, my God. Let me show you some fireworks here first. That'd be kind of fun, would it? I think the shares went to 500 a share. Fireworks have been going off everywhere, for sure. We told you so. I love it. I'm not a drinker. A Reddit post about GameStop said it was Ryan's strategy, Cohen's strategy, to make the business successful by turning his shareholders into millionaires. Do you agree with any part of this? I like all of it. Bruce, I watched the YouTube video regarding SEC holding a meeting this Thursday about injunctive action. Have you heard about this? What are your thoughts? Alex, I got nothing. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this is about. So if you hear anything and you give me any detail on it, let us know. We'll hopefully get more clarification of what that actually means and see what's going on. Friday was fun. We were having fun. Let's see. If GameStop were to split and the price was suddenly $60, would anyone here rush to fill their pockets? The question is. $600. I just need one more hot minute at $600. There we go. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I love it. GameStop to the moon, baby. How about that happening? 174.69. Let's get back over 175. Let's go to 176. Let's go to 180. Let's go, baby. Thank you all for hanging out with myself and Jen today. Do you put the fireworks up when you want a little Tommy squealer out? Bruce, did you watch the AMA on Reddit? Did you watch the AMA on Reddit? Excuse me, I don't think I did. I sure would. I'm not allowed 660. Yes, I'd buy it at 60. 60 for GameStop, buying spree for me. Question for everybody: how high can GameStop realistically get to? Everybody holds, of course. And 52 thumbs away from 1,000. We only need 52 more thumbs ups to get 1,000. Is that true? Are we that close? Can we get some thumbs ups going through today? We have 950 thumbs ups right now. 9:51. Those of you can give me a thumbs up today, I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Only 44 thumbs down, so I know we're practically over 1,000 combined anyway, but boy, if we could get the thumbs up action going, hit that button for us today, please. 1,700 of you are here right now. There it is right there. Let's get us to 1,200 thumbs ups. Get this channel rolling and rocking, and show YouTube that people should be joining us and having a good time here. Everybody, thank you so much for these thumbs ups. And congratulations to all of you out there who are becoming members of this channel. And now you're noticing your logo beside your name has gone from orange to green. The change has happened for month 2. And I think in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, we change again into the 3rd month's color. So these emojis, these logos beside your names are going to constantly change. We added a new emoji the other day. I don't know if you've noticed it. Here it is right here. It's the Z emoji. Z, there it goes right there. And so when the stock goes up, it's going Z, 174.55, baby. Let's go to the moon here with the Z emoji. So have fun playing with that one too, guys. We're going to keep bringing emojis out every once in a while. Having more fun with the emojis. 1,000 thumbs ups at least now. I bet you we're getting close to 1,100 here at 48 on the downside. Thank you, everybody. Keep those thumbs ups. Hammer the thumbs ups for me. Get me to 1,300 if you could. Here come the Z emojis. If you like the Z emojis, hit the thumbs up button and show us all. Show my my editor that you like the Z. She helped produce it. And I think it's pretty cool looking to have a Z emoji. There it is, 1,100 thumbs up. There you go. You do like it. I do appreciate that, guys. And here we go. We got the knee emojis. Always knee going on. And we got the buzzer emojis, of course. We love them buzzer emojis. And we got knife through hot butter emojis. We love those, too. Keep them coming out, everybody. That is pretty cool stuff.
That was easy.
Oh, that's so easy. Thank you, everybody. 174.50 on the GameStop, up 91 cents. Thank you all for being here and supporting this channel. We've got 274 points up on Dow right now. 274. S&P up 17, and NASDAQ has turned negative, down 11.9. Oil up $1.02 a gallon. That's where we're at right now with this market. That's what's happening. Thank you, guys. May the 6th, Thursday, the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services conducting the 3rd meeting on GameStop. We'll see what happens there. All kinds of emojis are flying on this channel now. I can't help but make the stock go up. It's absolutely one feeds the other without doubt. 174.68. It's going higher. Gonna go higher. Make you richer. You gotta love it. Thank you, everybody, for your support of this channel and hanging around with yours truly. I really do appreciate it. Article, hey, Bruce, what do you look at in terms of financials? When you do research on a company, what justifies a strong balance sheet? Well, I like to see increasing revenues. I like to see revenues rising every year, and I like to see, after the cost of sales and expenses, I like to see the gross profits rising. I also like to see overall debt levels within reason, and I don't mind it when I see them dropping every year. I like that. I like to see in the financial reports the cost of the interest costs to the company. I like to see those drop every year. I like to see the cost of interest falling, so the company's expenses are falling from the bankers as well as anywhere else. And I just like to see what the earnings are, after tax. What's their net bottom line here? Show me a return for the investor. Show me shareholder equity. I'd like to see what that number is and see if that's growing as well. So there's a number of factors I look at. I also kind of like to see how many shares are outstanding. So if they in the last 5 years have increased the number of shares outstanding every year for 5 years, that might concern me. Unless they've done acquisitions, then I don't mind so much of. If sales have gone from $1.5 billion to $2.5 billion to $5 billion to $8 billion, but they've increased the stock numbers because they took over other companies using stock, I don't mind that deal so much, as long as the earnings per share underneath it is there. And I like to know what the PE multiple is. If it's a very high PE multiple, then that's telling me the market likes to pay a premium price for the stock. There's something the market likes about the company. It's probably to do with their quickly growing earnings. So those are some of the factors I look for. Is a lot. It all depends on the business they're in as well. Some companies need to be cash rich, others need to be asset rich, that kind of thing. Yo, there you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. This is beautiful. We're now at 1,100 plus thumbs ups now, only 49 on the downside. That's beautiful. Nice ratio for us. Appreciate that, and that you're here and enjoying the emojis is everything. I really appreciate that. Derek is saying, those dividend stocks you talked about earlier, AT&T looks like the best bang for the buck. IBM is number 2. And we'll see how they perform going forward. Let's see. Here's a comment here. I think it's kind of neat when a company has more shares circulating than actually exist. Yeah, that I kind of like with the GameStop. I picked up more IPOE on the dip. Let's go, Tio. Bertie says, purchased my first share of GameStop today. Moon Manmo, welcome Moon Manmo. Let's hope you make nothing but money. Sit around and enjoy the show. Just be patient and let them do their thing. Paul, I think Citadel thinks exactly the same way. Hooray! Keep holding GameStop. Ashley, yay! GHVI is kind of hurting today. What do we got on GHVI? It's down 41 cents and IPOE down 27. But these stocks have a tendency in the last hour of the day to sometimes turn it around big time and make a real run. So don't put it past these stocks that they might have an up day when it's all said and done anyway. I don't know. We'll see. We're up 285 on the Dow now. We're up 16 on S&P, and we're down 26 on NASDAQ. Let's take a look at, maybe we can take a look at the numbers here if we can. Let's see if we can do this, and we'll do that, and we'll hit this button over here, and then we'll click on this thing over there, and we'll open it up over to here, and let's see what we have on the NASDAQ 100 right now. Let's take a look at who's having trouble today. Advanced Micro is down $2.20, $2 right now, down 2.6%. We have Amazon down $38. That's having an effect on the Dow. Profit taking on Amazon because they had such a good run. I guess that might be part of it. Analog and Ansys is down a little bit. What do we got? Autodesk is down 240. Nothing to worry about there. Broadcom down 480 a share, down 1%. Who else is under pressure? DocuSign down 2%. They had a good day Friday. Dexcom down 1.5%, down about $6 a share. Fox Corp is off a little bit, and we've got Illumina Illumina, Insight, Intel, Intuitive, all under water today. Marvel Technology under about 60 cents a share. Lam Research, KLA, down a little bit today. Netflix down 2.59, down 0.5 percentage point. Okta is down a little bit today. Okay, all right. Any big percentage droppers here? Splunk, Skyworks a little bit. Tesla down 2.5%, down $18. So that's having an effect on the 100 Nasdaq 100. That would do it. And Xilinx down 2.5%. Zoom Video down 1.1%. So, there's a little bit of red here. What are you going to do? The markets are the markets. They fluctuate. That's what they do. 173.08. GameStop coming into a little sell wave right now. 172.56. Those of you who are looking for a dip, maybe this is it. Maybe the dip has arrived for you on GameStop right now. 172.67. On GameStop, maybe there's a dip here. Volume on GameStop, 1.2 million. Nothing to get excited about. The low, 171.12. Maybe there's a little dip here available for you on GameStop. It just took a $2 shot on the way down here. Don't know how much more it'll have, but it's done it. It's now 173.08 again. We'll watch that as we always do. We watch it closely and see what they want to do. Munamano, don't let the red worry you. Mercurin, they make them to sell. I just buy them because I ain't selling. Let's go here. Like butter, says BP Kelly. GameStop planning a 700,000 square foot fulfillment center in York, Pennsylvania. This is very bullish news. I agree. Stock, though, down to 171.85, taking another shot down. Well, let's see what it wants to do. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. What is it going to do right now? 175.85, 172.03 again. Just as quick as it goes down, it can go the other direction. That's how the stock moves nowadays. It's down 157 on the day. Hardly a big deal here. Volume 1.29 million. There is nothing happening here. There is no selling volume. This is not enough to drop the market for long. You need some serious volume to come in here to drop this stock, and it's not happening. This is not happening. 171.90 right now. 171.11 for the low. Will it hit a new low? I don't know. When the selling stops, how fast will it turn the other direction? It usually does turn rather quickly. Let's see what's going on here. Yep. A dip for the ants. Say niet. Just bought another one, says Rainey. 171.51 down 208 right now on GameStop on a day where they are releasing 2 bits of good news. There are still people trying to short this stock, which is just amazing to me. At this price, I think they're crazy. But there's those who have money and they can spare to lose it, I suppose, and that's what it is. 171.48 on the GameStop, down 210 a share at this moment in time. Looks like it's slowing up here. I don't know if it's accelerating or what. 1.32 million now watching. 171.10. All right, back to the new low. All righty, we'll give them that. 171.10, new low right now. Trying to drop the stock to a new low on the day. They've managed to do it. Took about 200,000 shares, I guess, to get it here. But how low? 170.69 down again. Okay, great. All right. 171.18 now, though. Just propped up 50 cents the other direction. Let's see. Yep, thank you for the dip. I got some more stock. Bye-bye. We're going to fly, says Ashley. You take care. 171.52, low of 170.60, I think it was. I'm going to watch this closely. Let me just double check this, upgrade this, and look again. 170.69 was the low. 171.30 right at this moment. Come on, Hedges, I want it down here to 170.50. I'm waiting for you. Give it to me. 171.30 right now. 171.47, 171.67 is coming up again. Come up almost $1 from the low of a minute ago. So there you go. Funny how this stock runs. 1,300,000. How many volume now? 1,382,000 volume at 171.47 at this moment in time right now. Okay. Clearly making shares right now. Let's see. Just got one. It's 171.10. That was easy. That was easy. 171.10 easy buy. Thank you very much. Yep. If you want some dips, just stay in front of those nice round numbers. Don't try to buy it at 171 even. Try to buy it at 171.10, 171.12. Just be a few pennies ahead of the nice round 00 number. You might get filled, you might not, but a little down dip. There you go. 171.06 right now. Those who are bidding on 06 are getting it. 05 might get it. 04, 3, 2, and 1. You never know. 171.13. A little bit of activity. It is still up from the low of 170.69 just done 2 minutes ago. Right now, that's what we have. Just got my last 5 now to get me 200. Now I just sit and wait. I'm tapped out now, but I'm in there for the 200 even hold. And, 200 shares at 1,000 a share. That's pretty good. It's good money. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good money. 171.27 on GameStop right now. 171.29 on GameStop. Remember, if GameStop were to be trading at the same value that Chewy trades at, right at this minute in time, GameStop would be about $4.75 a share. So GameStop is 300 a share below where it would equal the value of Chewy. Just to try to put it in perspective to you, I want to take a peek here also at Chewy for something here. Let's see if I can make this work here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, so Chewy in 2021, their last year, 7.1 billion in sales. The year before, 4.8 billion in sales. GameStop has been between 5 and 8 billion in sales. This year will likely do 9 billion in sales, GameStop. So that's kind of where Chewy's numbers are. 7 billion versus 9 billion, give or take a little. Chewy just started making a profit last quarter for the first time. They lost money last year because they were still losing money, but last quarter they turned it around. They've now turned the corner to make profit. GameStop has turned it around. They're making a profit. And this year, this next 12 months going forward, in the case of GameStop, they could reach 10 or 11 billion in sales, which might be Chewy's number. And I would not be surprised if Chewy will start trading in the $100 a share neighborhood, not too far from now. And that would cause the Chewy market cap value to rise to about 45 billion. Would be rise to that level, $45 billion market cap. Now, if GameStop were to have a $40 to $45 million market cap, that would be not quite 4 times what they are now. So that would take GameStop from 170 to about 650, maybe 600, 650. That's where GameStop would go, and they are outperforming Chewy at the moment. Just throwing it out there for you. That's how cheap the stock is at 170.84. There are actually hedge funds shorting GameStop at these prices at 170.84, when in theory it should really be more like 450 right now to equal the Chewy valuations. Just put that out there. For those of you who weren't here earlier, those are the calculations we have. 170.76 on the stock, near the low of the day. Another attack has come in. 1.47 million volume so far. 170.74 on GameStop. We usually get one of these every day. That's somewhere during the day. We get a little attack on the stock. It makes no sense to have it go down as fast as it does on a couple 100,000 volume. But what happens here is the sellers come in, and it's all one guy. It's one entity. It's usually one hedge fund or 1 or 2 players that are trying to drive the market down on purpose. They probably are long puts. And they're trying to get the stock down so the puts go up, and they cash in on the puts, and they have a little loss on the stock, but it's more than made up for on their put run. But no one investigates it, and no one puts anyone in jail about this manipulation that's going on. 171 on GameStop right now. But every day this happens. So there are times where some of you as viewers get a shot at cheap stock. You can pick up cheap paper. Right now, if you want some cheap paper, put an order in at 170.10, 170.11, 170.12, 170.13. You might get lucky. It's been down to 170.38. It's right now 170.52. So you might get a shot. It might come down to that 170 level. Maybe, maybe not. 1.49 million traded. They need to sell some more to get it down to you, but you're putting buy orders in at 170.10, 170.05, 170.06. Just get ahead of the $170 nice round number, because there's probably a whole bunch of buy orders there waiting for stock. Make sure you get a fill, because they might run out of bullets. They might run out of stock that they're going to try to drive this market down to. And that could be an opportunity for you to pick up some cheap paper. And that's what it's all about. 170.08 right now. There we go. We got some folks at 08 getting filled. So anybody at 11, 12, 13, 10, 9, they got all filled. 108, they're getting 70.08, they're getting filled now. At 170.08, they're getting paper. Everybody got paper at 170. 169.28, they sold through that. So these attackers are just selling stock at virtually whatever bid prices there are. So now if you're a bargain hunter, put a bid in at 169.10, 168.15, 167.12, 166.10, 165.11 or 12 or 13. See if you get lucky. They might be able to drive it down. They might not. 1.54 million volume, very light on the volume side, really quiet. Just popped back over 170. 169.28 was the low. 170.05 right now. This is how this game works. The drop is $3.54. There's nothing going on here, guys. There is no selling of any significance coming in here. This is nothing. This is chump change. AMC under pressure at $9.86 a share on AMC, just about 7 cents ahead of the low of the day, unfortunately, for AMC. And then Microvision down 166, down to $13.59 on 14 million, and that's getting no help anywhere. Pick up GameStop. That's where you want to move into. Get out of these other two, get into GameStop, and grab this cheap paper while they're throwing it away for free. It's available. Should be trading at 470 or so right now. And that's where it might head in the near future, but I can't guarantee it. I can only tell you where I think it should be. Where it will be is its own thing, right? 169.08 right now. 169.08. Again, 168.70. I just saw the low trade, 168.70. A little paper coming through here. A little bit of a dip. These are dips to grab if you can. 168.09 last trade. 169 now. I'm showing 168.77. Coming in with a little more paper. Grab it if you can. Volume of 1.6 million shares on GameStop. Very light volume. I mean, look at this chart. Look at this chart. That is manipulation like there's no manipulation whatsoever. That is a pure drop this stock as hard as you can right now. Just dump it. And it went from 174.70 to 168.50 in 10 minutes without any pausing or patiently waiting to sell. It was just sell it. And that is an absolute attack on the stock for no reason other than to drop the market price. And it's likely because there are put buyers on the options market that probably picked up 170 puts, 175 puts earlier today, and then they dumped the stock to get the puts to go up. And they have hundreds or thousands of put contracts. They're making money on millions of shares on the stock on the way down because of the puts, but they're only losing on thousands of shares they're selling to drop the market. So the leverage is millions of dollars in profits on millions of shares as they drop, thousands of dollars in losses on stock as it drops, and they're more than happy to do that because every time it drops $1 on the open market, they're probably making $100 on the option side. And that's how you manipulate a market today without getting caught by the SEC because they don't enforce it. That's my guess. I don't think they enforce it. 168.34 on the trading of the stock right now, 1.6 million. It doesn't take much to drop the market and to enjoy a gain on puts into the millions of shares. And that's a game that I think is being played. 167.67, another low. 167.75, another low. 1.6 million right now on the stock, 168.16 at this moment as we are watching this entire thing. There you go. Zit, zit, that's what we got. We got the zit going on here. Let's take a look here. Comments. Edward, thank you, Edward. Bruce, can shorters keep doing this indefinitely, artificially keeping the stock low like this? Yes and no. But these guys are selling paper. Who's buying it? I think the buyers of this paper are small investors. And I think these investors are doing what most of you are doing. Everything you get, you just put away and you're not offering it for sale anymore. And this just tightens the screws on these hedge funders eventually, because as soon as the selling stops, as soon as this investor gets the price they want with the contracts, with the put contracts, they fill their position there. They might go long calls by selling out the puts now. They're rolling over. Then they stop selling. And then watch this thing pop up $8 a share in 10 minutes. It can do that. I mean, it can do that kind of a move. So do not be surprised. The other thing that will happen, there will come a point in time, and it might already be happening as we speak in a slow motion way, but there will come a point in time where there'll be this turning point where the shares will start coming the other direction, but they will go much higher than where they were earlier before the sell-off. And so what you have now is a one step down, two step up program, one down, two more up, one down, two more up, going along and along and along. And that takes us to 200 to 250 to 300 a share. And the higher, of course, it gets, the worse the problem for the shorters becomes, because they're carrying much higher dollars in the short position than they were at 168 or 175 or something like that. So we'll see. 168.50 right now. 168.50. The low is 177.70. It's bounced back 80 cents. I don't know if it's over. I'm not sure if we're done yet. 168.60 right now on the stock. Down $4.99 a share, down 2.8%. All this drama, and there's no volume. There's just no movement. Volume 1.72 million. This is nothing, kids. This is nothing. A heavy day would have at least 10 million in the first hour. Medium day would be 5 million in the first hour. We're into the What are we now? One and a half, almost 2 hours of trading, and we're not even at 2 million shares. And so we are dead quiet on this stock. 168.28 right now as we're watching it move along. Might have a new low, it might not. And it could pop $2 or $3 on the upside like that at any moment. Let's see what it wants to do. What are the manipulators up to? What are the shenanigans being played today? What can I say? What can I say? It's illegal. If you drop a market intentionally, artificially to run a market on the other side, you kind of wonder, don't you think that's illegal? Isn't that like improper trading activity? You'd think that's worth an investigation, but I don't hear about any. That's just me, though. I'm just an old guy. 167.26, new low right now. New low. They're trying another run on it. 1.74 million, so 1.75 million. Very quiet volume. 167.15 right now. That's a new low of the day. We'll see what's going on. You got 3 more in the dip. That is what you do. That's how you do it. You pick it off on these drops right here. This is how you do it. This is the basis of a squeeze. A why buy and hold is the way to go. I took them up on their invitation. I bought another one at 169. Thank you for giving it away to me. Grab this cheap stuff. I love this two-step dance. So let's dance. I love this two-step. Got more GHVI. Don't panic, guys. There's the last ditch effort to make us panic sell. Let's see here. Do not sell any stock. That's right. 167.15, 167.23, 1.7 million volume. No volume. That is not enough volume. There you go. Can we assume this kind of manipulation of price happens all the time on all stocks, not just our GameStop stop problem shop? It is much more amplified when you're dealing with a company with a small outstanding stock position. And GameStop, with only 70 million free shares in existence and about 50 million that can actually free trade, it's amplified here. Yes, so you bring in some heavy-duty players, you can manipulate the stock a lot more. With Apple, you can't do it. Apple, with billions of shares outstanding, there's bids and asks at every penny, to thousands of shares deep at every penny most of the time. Very difficult to do it with that stock. But with this stock, you can pop it $1 on 20, 30,000 shares quick. You can pop it $3 or $4 on 100,000 shares. You could move it $10 on a million easily. But this is the key for you guys. The more that is picked up by small investors and just tucked away into their accounts and not to be coming back on the other side, not for sale 5 minutes later, this tightens up the hold on this stock even more, and it just takes the slingshot back further and further and further. When you let it go, that rock will fly. 167.95. We are about to break through 168 here. We were down as low as 167.15. How will it play? 168 right now is the last trade on the stock. When the selling stops, watch it react. Let's see when that happens. When does it happen? I'm looking at a selling view of something else so I can buy another one of these delicious dips. Anyone scared of this dip? Nobody's afraid. Are they trying to drive it down? Bruce is right. Hedgies are hitting a new low. Hedgies boring from. I got to slap them. I've never seen RSI and GameStop 11. It's pretty oversold. Good morning. What did I miss? Just got 50 more. 167.50. Beautiful buy. 168.44 now. It's popping up. 168.51. It's going higher. Majority oversold. Nice, says John. We're only down 3%, guys. Look at the big tech. Loads of stocks down 2 to 4% at the same moment right now in the big market. They've been saying the real actual float they're going to be bought is really about 23 to 26 million. 168.41 right now. Let's see. Laughing out loud. Oversold is an understatement. FWAA making nice gains since I brought it to our attention. The fifth wall is at $11, up 14 cents. Doing well. GameStop 168.14 right at the moment. We hit oversold on RSI on GameStop. Way oversold technically. It is ready for a bounce. It is ready to roll. How long does Fidelity take to send through deposits? Grr, I want to buy more. Alex, buy. 168.20 right at the moment. I bought 3 more, says Alex. Actually, I watched order book on level 2, odd trade numbers, 19, 23, 27. Certain times of the day, like all up and down, the bid-ask, clearly dividing the stocks intentional to the larger share points. Interesting, Ashley. Interesting stuff. 168.19. Volume now, 1.83 million. We're not even at 2 million shares. This is zero interest. I mean, this won't even trade 5 million today. This is so quiet. If the selling wave has ended, this will pop a couple of bucks in minutes. It will take nothing for it to pop to 170.72. Will take nothing. Let's see. Observe this. As soon as you make a transfer through the bank, you can trade it on the cash account, but it takes T+2 to fully settle. Just make sure you have the cash in the account when it clears. 167.83, bought more. 168.19 right now. Well done, Jeff. Picking up some more stock. Congratulations to all of you who are scooping this stuff up. Taking it away, taking it off the market. Less for the market to play with. That's right. Let's go. Oh, I have margin accounts. 5 more. 168. They're selling. It just happened. OTC. 168.19. Let's see here. Just got 2 more. 168.20. I bought one, says Dave. 167.91. 168.19. We're jumping back more. 168.05 on the GameStop share. Low of the day now. 167.15 and 1.83 million volume right now. 168.19 coming up about $1 from the low about 5-10 minutes ago. Man, I'm broke, laughing a lot. Got 4 contracts at 170 for a huge discount. Merkin, gas, bro, you got to get some GameStop shares. Switch to a cash account ASP. They can lend you your shares. 6 more, says Zophius. I got 6 more shares of this stuff. 168.19 right now on 1.83 million shares at this moment in time. 167.81. I'm showing another trade at 167. Thinking about selling my body exclusively for GameStop shares. When did they say that, David? I don't know about what. American, I'm a girl, and my shares aren't being lent on Fidelity. 5 more, baby. It says Zelos. 167.41 now, coming into the low range of 167.15. Will it break a new low or not? 1.89 million. 167.22. It's within pennies of a new low. 7 cents away from a new low of the day. Another opportunity to get some stock cheap. Okay, guys, I'm going into truck stop to pay for these GameStop shares. 166.80. We're at a new low right now. 166.80. New low. 166.69 a few moments ago. We hit a new low. Again, buyers are picking it up in this 165, 166.50 range, probably 166 range if it comes this low. But right now, just went through 167, and it was just a 168 a moment or two ago before that. 166.95, and we'll see what is going on. And peace of mind. Let's see. Nice grab, Oscar. 167.16, just ahead of the low of the day. 66.66. 166.66 was the low trade. 166.69 again, I'm showing here. 166.85. We are watching for a new low of 166.66 was the last new low. The new low, latest low, 185, 166.85 right now is where we're at. The Dow is up 307 points, coming on again. S&P down is up 12, NASDAQ down 67. 167.85, 166.78, 166.32. The low is 166.32. This is the low as of this moment in time on 1.92 million. We're down $6.99. This is a nothing move today. It looks dramatic. It sounds dramatic, but it isn't. It is extremely quiet here. 166.66. The low was 166.32. We're watching the market from a number of angles to see what it's going to do here, and if it wants to go any lower or is it going to bounce up. 166.15. I just saw a new low, 166.15. That is the low trade of the day right now. 166.15 on the day right now. Volume 1.94 million. 166.12. I just saw come through. Small little penny drops, but then I see dollar pops on the other side. 166.27 for the low. The low is 166.12. That's where I see it for the low of the day. 166.73, 166.10. New low, 166.10 now is the new low right now. Another couple of pennies lower. It is grinding lower, reluctantly lower in small increments. But nonetheless, 166.10 has been the low price of the day for GameStop. AMC down 20 cents to 9.83 now. That's what we've got. GameStop 166.32 on 1,969,000. 166.17, 166.07. That's a new low. Another new low. 166.07, 165.97. Another new low. Watching for stock coming in on the lows of the day. 165.75. Another new low. A couple of pennies here, a couple of pennies there. Volume now 1.98 million. Looks like we're going to break 2 million. 165.40. Another drop. 165.40 down 8.19. Coming in. It's coming in. Little here, little there. They're trying to make it look terrible. Got 30 more. 166.75. I just picked up 5 more. Let's see. Let's go. Another one at 168. Wow, Oscar, you are jamming. 165.45. 165.19. Let's see. 220,000 shares got borrowed. Guess why? They're trying to break our support. Is a battle of the bulge. I'm already 79 cents, but damn, got 79 shares, but damn, I don't want another 21. If it hits 150, I'm dropping $4,000 on it, and I'm hibernating until it blows. Davey, this is the way. 164.58 right now. 164. I just saw 164 price. That I think is a new low. 164 even is the new low. It's now 165 here on the market, though. Just bought 7 more. Let's see. Anyone? What else is going on? Sorry, folks. Anyone else selling kidney? Triple down to GameStop. 20 more. 165. 1,150 shares. Average 166. Well done, Birdie. 10 more. 166. 164.99 right now. I think it's hilarious. They choose to do such blatant attacks on positive news. I just got 7 more too. Wow. Come on, Hedgies. That's all you got. Nice dip at 164.20, 164.19, 165.16. Just popped through 165. 7 at 165. Just picked up another at 164.44. Liz going, wow, way to go. Scooping up this cheap paper. The low of the morning now, 164 on 2,095,000. And it's at 165.52. It's recovered $1.50 in a minute. Wow, now 165.83. It's popped up again. I'm going to get some funds to buy the mega dip, teach those morons a lesson. I am so conditioned to this. I've gone from being concerned to laughing. They make me laugh. I mean, they're pretty much giving us the shares at this price. They are. The high of the day, 177. This is $12 off the high of the day. We have seen this time and time again. It's a daily occurrence. There's usually a sell wave somewhere, and there are opportunities to score this stock. But, you got to just buy it and put it away. Going high, says Oscar. 164.97, 165.18, 165.50. Just jumped again. 165.50. Last trade up $1.50 from the low of the day in like 3 minutes. Let's see. Tony, yeah. We're going 165.53 now, climbing. It's climbing now a little bit, up $1.53 from the low of the day, but it might not be over. It might be over. I don't know. Volume 2.15 million. We've had about 500,000 come in about 20, 30 minutes. Finally, some stocks showed up. 166.34 up 234. 166.50 up 250 now from the low just a couple of minutes ago. There you go. Every time the same thing. Buffett announced Robinhood shorters taking on the entire market today. Brent market makers are too powerful. We don't need a HFT level liquidity had enough to justify the pension producing in their hands on display now. Zzz, says Aaron, 166.29, up $2.31 from the low of 10 minutes ago, if not even 5 minutes ago. 166.21, moving up again. 166.45, going higher yet again. There you have it. This is how this game works. We have 1,100 thumbs ups. Thank you for the 1,100 thumbs ups, guys. Appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the commentary. Hope it's helping you keep you calm and you're working your way through it. 166.45 now, down $7 on the day. Hardly much of a move to worry about here. Buy to cover now. 200 plus incoming here. Hedge funds do this every day. Yep, 166.45. Where we're at. The volume on GameStop now is 2.2 million. Not a lot to get excited about. There's just no volume there. That's not a sell wave. That is not enough to stop this stock. 165.88 right now. Who's watching level 2 order book? Check the shares at 35. Both sticks, bid ask. Good morning, all. I had to watch double speed morning this morning to catch up, and it seems Bruce sounds like a member of the Lollipop Guild. It's like a Groundhog Day, says Tony. Every day the same thing. 166.12, $2.12 pop up from the low of the day about 5 minutes ago. 166.12, 166.14. Not enough stock coming in to stop this market. Not yet, anyway. I'm not sure if there's any more there. Actually, I see all those 35s. You're the man, Uncle Bruce. Had to relocate, but managed to scoop one up. Bruce, HD, ripping up again. Thank you. Oscar, 2.225 million. 166 last trade on 2,219,000 shares. That is dead quiet in this market. That is absolute nothingness going on. Let's see, 165, 164.90, trying to take another shot at it. Let's see how much comes in. Get yourself some buy orders in there if you're trying to scoop some of this cheap stock. Please sing the Lollipop Guild song, please. 165.38 right now as we're watching this go through here, trade to trade. 164.82, the low of 164 today. They've got to bring in much, much more to kill this market. Buyers are slowly coming in here, picking this stuff up, saying thanks. We'll take it off you. A buy and hold, clearly driving the price where they want it. Colin, watching live, tried to increase speed on YouTube. Nothing happened, so YouTube does not have a time machine yet. I tried. 164.89, 165.12, not a new low. The low is 164, and we haven't had not yet had a new low. 165.04 is where it is right at the moment. The low of 164. So let's see what it's going to do. Right now, 165.85 popped up again. Now it's $1.85 above the low of the day. There was not another wave here. What's happening? 165.51. Where is she going to go next? Watching it from all angles. If the selling has dried out, 168 to 169 is doable in minutes. Would take nothing. 165.58. Let's see if this dried out or not. Watching and waiting to see what the volume and the trading is going to be. 165.17. A little selling coming in. Maybe another shot. We'll see. 165.17 right now. $1.17 from the low of the day. That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. Kids, Dow's up 341. There's a lot of money coming into the market here. 165 on the stock. $1 away from the low of the day. Will it take another shot? Will they try to get it to 164 again? Or are there too many buy orders between 164 and 165 to prevent it? 165.34, just jumped 34 cents here. Volume 2.26 million right now, and we're back to 165 again. 2.28 million now. 165 on GameStop. 165.07. All right, 340-point gain on the Dow, 18-point gain on S&P, 36-point drop on the NASDAQ. And here's where we're at, 165 on the stock, 164.74. Just saw that price coming in. Let's watch it. See if it wants to bring a new low in. 2.288 million looks like. 164.74 right at the moment. Back to 164. Right now, 164. Just hit it. Someone just came in with a big sell order and just hit bids. 164 even. That's the low of the day right now. We're at 164. Let's see if they break through this. How much have they got? Yeah, 163.90, 163.50, down 10.09 on the day. If it can drop another, let's say, $4 or $5, excuse me, it'll be down 10%. That'll put the short restricted rule in place. The short sale restriction will come into place. 163.10 was a low, 164 right now. The stock has to drop 10% from 173. That's a 1730 drop. So that would be 156 or something like that. That would be the number it would need to get to be on a restriction list. But I don't know if we're going to make it. People are following it very closely. Here we are. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Nice to have you coming through. Thank you, Shane, sitting down. Hey, it's not easy, lads. We're here now. Let's see here. People watching these prices. 163.98. See, some folks saw this lower price a little while ago. I bought 20 more. 163.30. 156.23 is SSR restriction list. That needs, this stock has to drop another $8. 164 right now is where we're at on the stock on volume of 2.36 million. 164.52 coming along here. Okay. Yeah, this has been a while since we had an SSR. The RSI is now 18, massively undersold, oversold. Laughing out loud. Oscar's laughing watching this action. 164.50 as we're coming back on again. The low 163.10. So it's $1.40 higher than the low of the day. Just a minute later, 164.66 now. Coming back up again. So it's a battle. It's a battle royale. People are scooping up cheap stock. Picked up 15 at 164. Thank you, Hedgies. Well, 15 at 164. Thank you very much. Goodbye. That's another goodbye. These dips and this stock here, at the end of the day today, it could be up $5 a share. I tell you, it can fly. It can move. it has movement in it. 164.64, 164.17. Let's see what it wants to do. I picked up 20 at 163.30, says Oscar. Beautifully done, guys. Picking off cheap stock. 60 more at 164.32, 164.36 right now. Why? Where was that? Why in the cornbread hell is dropping? I don't know. I'll just buy more. 163.10, picking it up. At least drop below my average cost for crying out loud. 164.46. Mac Payne is 165. Be interested to see if we hang out at this price level for a while. 164.03 right now. The low of the day, 163.10. Going a little over my normal time today, but it's kind of exciting here, isn't it? 100 more, 164, 1064. What is that? 10.64 shares at 164.40. Well done. 163.63 right now. 163.63. 163.01 is a low trade of the day on the 2.4 million now. Are we? Did we touch the low? I'm not sure. 163.01 was the low recorded trade. Picked up another one at 165. I'm waiting for the SSR trigger so I can feel it coming. What is the RSI everyone keeps mentioning? Relative strength index is what this is. It's showing the stock is way oversold. Let's go GameStop. 163.01, someone says. I saw it. I miss DFB at these times. He might be getting ready to buy too. You never know. 163.11. You never know. 163.05 right now. 163.01 is the low of the day. 2.42 million. Still dead quiet volume. Not enough to get excited about here. I bought more too, says Nick. Colin, a relative strength index. Thanks. I've got one more wrinkle now. Bye, GameStop. 163.05 is where we're at. 163.01 is at the low. 162.59. A new low just came in. Stock is getting hit from another angle or same seller coming back. Colin, RSI's relative strength index. It measures strength based on volume, shows it massively undersold, which usually leads to an upswing here. When it hits SR, everyone repost buying the dip. I eventually got my 2 shares. I am holding now. These guys are done. I've never felt so good watching a stock drop. 162.54, 162.56. 162.50 was the low. It's now 163.24. It's funny how it can jump back $1 in no time. It's amazing. The people keep buying shares with their cash. RSI now at 16. More boosters under one rocket. I need a 158.20 for the 10% drop. So we still need to drop $4 more to get it. 162.90 is where we're at right now. Colin, looking at RSI and MACD can be helpful on most stocks. GameStop, not so much. It's insane. If they got into the 150s and closed at the DF marks, they're going to regret it. I'm gone for a half an hour. What happened? They got the bargains right here. 10. I bought 10 at 162.75. Keep going, Bruce. 163.26. The low of 162.50 this morning. And we've traded 2.49 million today. Very, very light volume. Nothing much going on. We're at 163.42 on GameStop. The Dow is up 335. S&P up 17. The NASDAQ down 42. And the GameStop 162.87, 162.75 range. 162.50 is the low of the day. And we're in that neighborhood. We just don't know how many more are coming in. Hasn't been much selling here. Only 2.some million. 2.5 million total volume on the day. We're at 163.35 right now. The low of the day, 162.50. That has been the low just a few minutes ago. Buy and hold says a normal Monday. Deanna, I got another one. Well, they sure are attacking it hard. American, nothing, just totally normal price movement on nothing but positive news and no volume, nothing to see here. 163.11, 162.50 was the low. 163 right now, like last Monday, better. Yeah, it was like an up day last Monday, wasn't it? It was all up day. 163 on the nose right now. 162.11 for the low of the day. Let's see how it plays out. 163.21 just jumped up 21 cents. There you go. AMC down 16 cents to 987. Microvision down 159 to 1366. So unfortunately, those two are just continually getting hammered. 162.95 just broke the 163 barrier on GameStop again. The low 162.50. Is there another low coming? Look at this sell-off. This is not normal trading. That cliff right there, that is manipulated selling. That is absolutely a shorter, a hedge funder, somebody who's trying to manipulate the market from 175 down to 163 in a real hurry, and they're probably long put contracts on the other side of that trade, and that's where they're making money on the derivative side by crapping the market here for now. But eventually they will run out of bullets. They will run out of stock to sell, and then there will be a bounce back, and it'll be interesting to see just how far it comes the other direction. 162.11, I just saw a new low on this stock. 162.11, I just saw it for like a moment, but it's at 162.97 right now. We'll see what's going on. Buy and hold. 10 more at 162.90. I'm trying all the keys on my keyboard and nothing makes the stock go up. What's happening? What's that? Buy 5 more shares. Okay, Bruce, don't, only because you told me to. If it wants to trade a lower channel, then I'll get paid on Friday. I'll take the discount. I wonder why they always hit the stock at the same time each morning to encourage day traders. I don't understand it. Colin, try rolling your head on your keyboard. GameStop short sale special, 6% off GameStop stock. Buy. 162.11. Right near the low of the day right now. I just got one more, 162.51. So not banging it on there. Got it. We'll report back. Barry, guy on Reddit, GameStop did a survey. 2,000 people shows average GameStop member owns about 100 shares of GameStop. Wonder what the average holder holds here. 161.98. New low, 161.98. On 2 point something million. Let me see the volume here. 161.98 new low on 2.6 million. 162.15 right now. Damn it. I thought it was 170. Love it. Feels if Dio was a horse race announcer. Hit that any key. 162.02. The low of the day, 161.71, 161.50. Another new low. Trying to reach, maybe we might get that 10% drop that we were wondering about. And that 156 range, we might get it. I've got 90. Barry, I own 24 shares. Wink, wink. I think I didn't do it right. Price went down more, and now my head hurts. I have a weird square pattern showing on my forehead now. I drop like this in price on positive news with no volume means this is manipulation. Low volume means that this isn't a big sell-off, but rather that everyone else is holding, right? Oscar, I'm waiting to buy 100 at 159.95. That's what I'm waiting for. 161.68, near the low of the day of 161.51. It is in that neighborhood now. Let's just stick on it. Stay on it. 161.88 right now, down $11.71 a share. Laughing out loud. Let's talk about a dick. I got 304 shares, 256 shares, averaging at 69. I'm not giving it up. 38 here, 155 is support from 113, 132, 145 dips. Last 30-day chart. 128 shares, all this talk of the dip. I had to buy more. Don't say that. Yeah, I'd go below 100. I'll buy all I can get. This is the buying you spoke about, Bruce. If this hits 155, it should IMO correct upward in a major way. It'll go lower because I bought more at 166. 161.70, 161.65, 15 cents from the low of the day right now. 2.66 million, no volume. They attacked all meme stops right now. 127 here, says Jesse. That's how many I got. 161.52 right now on GameStop shares. This is the low of the day. This is the low of the day range. We don't even have 3 million traded. It is so quiet. I tried turning it off, turning it back on. It still went down. 67 shares is what I got, says Aaron. 161.71. We are just not getting any volume on the sell side here. 2.68 million. It's very quiet. But whatever selling is coming in was hitting bids at any price. But after a pause, a minute or two or three, it starts to pop the other direction. And right now, 160, 185, looks like it's trying to get back to 162. We'll see. Is there another wave of selling coming in or not? Let's watch it and follow it. Yes, never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Remember, they announced this morning they have officially paid off their long-term debt of $216 million, 10% interest rate, gone. They now have over $950 million cash in the bank with no long-term debt on the books. Stock is down 10.75. Got to make you wonder, why would a stock go down when a company just announced that they're debt-free? That doesn't make any sense. 162.61, 162.57. It's a dollar higher now than the low trade of the day at 162.57 at this moment in time. That's what I'm showing, guys. That's what I got. That's what this market is doing. GameStop is jumping around. Volume now 2.7 million. 162.60 on the stock. Just popped up again. Interesting to see how this thing reacts. Very interesting, yes. Thank you. The 1,200 thumbs ups now. We've got 1,200 thumbs ups. Thank you very much. Keep them coming in, guys. We got a new emoji out there. It's called the zit emoji. It's zit. There you go. We were at 161. We're now 162. We're coming back on again. Zit, going higher. And the neat emojis are coming out to move up the market. Here we go. 162.52 right now on GameStop. 162.52. The low, 161.50. And the volume, 2.71 million. 162.74. We're up $1.24 from the low of the day as of right now. 162.74. It might be popping yet again. I don't know. There you go. There's so many positives for GameStop. Yet it's dropping. It tells me more than anything else. Just floor increase for me, 20 million a share. Diamond. That's it. 162.72. Moving up. It is moving up. Bruce, Uncle Bruce, I appreciate all you do for us. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Be patient. So it'll pop up. Nailed it, Colin. Nailed it. 162.50 right now on the stock. 161.50 is the low. Pardon me, is the low. 162.63. We're jumping around here. See if it's going to come up here. The RSI now 10.25. Unbelievable. So oversold. Way oversold. As soon as this selling eases off, as soon as the seller runs out of gas and has no more stock to sell, don't be surprised if it goes back to 170. Just do not be surprised, kids. Do not be surprised. 162.60, 162.28. We're jumping around. Low of the day, 161.50. And we're at 162.28, 162.48 right now. Low of 161.50. Volume, 2.7 million. Absolutely no volume. There is no panic selling coming in here. This is not enough to hold the stock down very long. The seller has been hitting bids. If the seller runs out of stock to sell, and they always do, sooner or later they run out of stock to sell, it goes the other direction. Let's see, 162.85. All right. Let's go. This RSI is insane. Can we start the drinking game now? I just snagged 2 more. Thank you very much. The SEC should start enforcing their dang rules already. I just got 3 more, 162, 30, 28. This thing is so oversold. There's nowhere to go but up. I thought it was a dab. Lower SR means we're mooning soon. I am now a shareholder of GameStop. Got my goals met. Nokia up 5. Congrats. I believe they'll always have to cover shorts, even if there's a multiple bubble. Atta-go, Aaron. 162.80. Attaboy, Aaron. 162.80. And a little higher than the low of 161.50 right now. Volume on GameStop, 2.74 million. No selling pressure. There's no volume on the sell side. Good days, dogs, dead. I'm gasping here. Right now, 162.29. Waiting for the seller to run out of gas, and then watch out. And just get ready. Get ready. Like I said, there comes a point in time where it goes too far, too quickly, in either direction, and then a buy wave will come in, just an overpowering buy wave, and the next thing you know, you're up $5-6 a share from the lows, just like butter, just like nothing. But that point will happen when it happens. I don't know where it is. It may have already happened here. We're 162.95. Maybe it's already taking place. But there comes a point in time where the selling is so overcooked, so overdone, that the bargain hunters are coming in trying to scoop the cheap stuff. No more stuff is coming in. No more stock coming in. Now they start jumping over each other to get first in line. And then the day traders come in and they start coming in long at 163, 164, 165, and it just runs this market. But we have to see, when this moment is. There will come a point in time where it's oversold, and it will do a snapback rally. 162.79 now, trying to reach 163 a share. There it is, 163.09 right there, right like butter. 163 disappeared like a hot knife through soft butter. Wow, 163.14 right now. We're coming on. Can you hit us with a story from your stock trading days? Not right now. I got to watch this. I bet your followers, 35 shares each, 100 followers, 100,000 followers, 3.5 million shares right here. 163.14. Whoa, I left at 11:30 thinking Bruce having us. He's still here. He's a man of the people. We're experiencing another short ladder attack. Surely they can keep doing this. They're running out of bullets. 163.36 now. Coming higher. Yes, Bruce Story. Yes, I still say a short restriction list. Bang, zoom to the moon. As I said before, Jackie Gleason knew this 60 years ago. Cool, hot dogs. Zzz. Let them short and attack the stock. They're just digging a deeper grave. I might have to take David up on his body for more GameStop. Wait, who gets the GameStop confused? They're desperate. 163.20, 163.32. I broke my daily rule. I bought more. 162.61. 10 more at 162.45. But the rest, coming back up to 22 on the RSI. I'm Green Bagel. No, baby. Stop calling him Shirley. 163.50, 163.59. We're up $2 from the low of the day here on 2.8 million. Still dead quiet volume. 163.676 going higher. I was just told by Schwab that shares can only be lent out on margin accounts, not cash. Anyone else? Hedgies, restocked ammo, rules meant to be broken. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Anyone can roast beef. Correct. If you buy shares with cash and Schwab, they aren't part of the blending program. 163.97, 164.06, just dropped through 164. Another $1 mark gone from 160. What was the low of the day? 161.50. We're now 250 higher already in 5-6 minutes. We might have had that moment. 164, woot, coming through. 164.31 and climbing quickly. 164.32 and coming on. This might be a bit of a recovery happening as we speak right now. We appreciate you, sir. Thanks for sticking around with us to watch all this. RSA is almost as neutral again. That was easy, says Merkin. 164.21.
That was easy.
Yes, indeed. After months convinced one friend to buy GameStop, he now has a share. TD Ameritrade Cash, they don't lend out any shares. We like the Bruce. Bought 10 more. 164.59. We're up $3 from the low of the day less than 10 minutes ago. We've jumped $3. So buy and hold. 164.53.59 now. 164 on. 164.50. We're on 2.86 million. No volume, nothing. There's nothing for sale. It's all gone. It's moving higher. 164.64, it's going higher. The seller may have ran out of juice. It's possible the seller ran out of stock and is not selling anymore, and now the stock can just go wherever it wants, and it might just drift back to the 170.75 range. You never. It's capable of that kind of a thing. 164.28 right now. GameStop, the easiest millions I've ever made yet. Also, only millions I've ever made. Ladder attacks, they keep throwing the shredder at last ditch. What normal RSI? What's normal? Has anyone heard about the proxy info from TD? I was told midweek last week. Otto Mullins, new member. Welcome, Otto, to the channel. Glad you could join us as a new member. Love to have you here. It's great that you made it. Get to use the emojis all you want. Comment with us and stay on top of this story. 164.03 now. On GameStop, we're watching that closely. Normal is around 30. Surf's up. Paddle up for the next one. Hey, Bruce, thanks for the content. They're shredding their shredder. Thanks for the discount, Kenny. Welcome, Otto. I just bought another 2. Thank you, sir. Normal would be 50, wouldn't it? Welcome, Otto. Otto's being welcomed like crazy. 164.31, climbing again from the 161.50 low of just 10, 12 minutes ago. As this stock is coming on, 164.55. It's going higher. Looks like it's going higher. Welcome, Otto. Thanks, everybody, says Otto. Colin, normal is about 30. You should change your last name to Matic. Automatic, Birdie going, new. RSI said is overbought. 70 will be overbought. 164.31 on the stock for GameStop. It is now volume of 2.9 million. 164.31. Over at AMC, unfortunately, 972, down 31 cents. 961 for the low over there, so not doing too great. Microvision down $1.44 to 1381. GameStop 164.40, and the Dow is up 311, and S&P up 18 points. So the big markets are up. Nasdaq down 39. Nothing to worry about there. That's like a 0.2% drop. GameStop was under pressure, but now at 164.61, it's come up at $3.11 from the low in 15 minutes. It is coming on right now. Oh, love me some after bagel dip on Monday. Aaron, my stomach, RSL is 100. My stock. I bought more of VGAC and had to show the love for Bruce for the eventual jump. And Aaron, way to go, you guys. 164.59 on the stock as we watch this jump around a bit here. Doge is at 40. Aaron, Pauling, if I make enough in stocks, it's on the table. 164.19 right now on GameStop shares. So there you go, guys. I think we've survived the worst of it. But the volume just isn't there. Not even 3 million volume today. There's just not a wave of selling. 2.92 million. That's all. Heavy volume is 10 million in the first hour. In 2 hours, it would be 20 million. We're into a couple hours here. We're into 2.5 hours of trading. 2.5 hours of trading, and we have done 2.9 million. That's it. There is no volume here. Dead quiet. 164.21 on GameStop, down 9.38 right now. All right, Tesla down $24 today. They're having a bad day. IPOE even a little nice sale, but I don't mind if I do. We've got Fifth Wall up 9 cents. We've got IPOE down 47. Gore's down 37. VGAC down 4. Fortress up 3. We got Home Depot up 7.20. IBM up 2.70. Microsoft up 43. Apple up $1.32. That might be it for Apple. That might have been the sell-off. All over, and now it's coming on. Time to get in. 164.14 on GameStop right now, right at this moment. As we're watching the last of this go through here, everybody, thank you for being here. I'll be on again this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And we'll watch the market together for the last hour of the close. Got a haircut, that's true. And we'll watch the last hour and the first hour in the aftermarket. We're up $3 now from the low of the day at 164.50, 164.58. So the stock has definitely picked up a little bit of steam here. We'll see what kind of movement we get from here. Keep an eye on it for you, and you keep an eye on it too. 164.69. Looks like we might take a shot at 165 here as it comes back up again. The oversell, there was an oversold situation. There was no doubt about that. I got $20,000 out of the bank in cash. I told my hubby, lay on the bed. Then I threw the money in the air, and he liked to have he liked to have pooped. It was fun. Oh, okay. Thanks everyone. So John, get some rest, my friend. We'll catch you this afternoon. You know it, guys. I'll be back here. 164.44 on the GameStop. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Thank you. Observe thyself. And we'll catch you this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the last hour of the day and the first hour in the aftermarket. Later tonight, I'll be on 2 more times, 7 o'clock Eastern on Traveling with Bruce for sponsor members. 8 o'clock Eastern tonight, Traveling with Bruce. Everybody's welcome on Traveling with Bruce, 8 o'clock Eastern. Going to talk cruise ships and travel tonight at 8 o'clock with the gang around the world about that. So 4 live shows. We just finished the first one. We'll be doing 3 more. They're shorting IPOE because of the refiling, but it's all good long term. I think it is too. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, laters. Thank you. That was fun. Have a great afternoon, everybody. We'll see you later. We're at 164.40. Go GameStop to the moon, baby. And we'll catch you at 3. All right, 3 o'clock Eastern. I'll be back. Bye for now.